All right, we are here. It's D&D night in America, folks. It's D&D night in America. Uh Hello and welcome to Wrath of the Godkin, the D&D campaign where the paladin makes bad guys shit their pants. It's true. It happens. Multiple episodes. Say hello to Ronnie the Bugbear Fighter, Waylon the Human Paladin, the pants shitter himself, or the one who makes others shit their pants. The pants shitter is not a good nickname. Kelken the Furbolg Druid, Oz the Kenku Wizard, Affinity the Tiefling Bard are heroes, are experts at getting themselves into trouble. But before they do exactly that, let's remind you, viewers at home, what happened previously on Wrath of the Godkin. So last time the party got into a lengthy battle with Bilkhaven, Doozer, and the rest of the Firebeards at the Under Tavern. Oz's newfound family, the Under Tavern Pit Fighters, joined the party to take down the Firebeards. One of the fighters got badly injured and was rushed off by the others, except for Rook the Kenku, who stayed behind to help finish the fights. Wei used magic to make Bilkhaven the Minotaur shit all over a table, thus completing his lifelong goal of making both Bilkhaven and Doozer drop a deucer mid-combat. Ronnie defeated Bilkhaven shortly afterward, opting to take him prisoner rather than kill him so as to learn more about his miraculous recovery and newfound strength, which reminded them of the Ultramaro goblins they fought on the island back in the day, months ago. They also take, in real life, and in the game time, it's probably yesterday or something, they also took a bandit captain prisoner with them. So once combat ended, the party reconvened with the suddenly cheery members of the Dirt Pile, who were pleased that the Sahooligans had easily dispatched the Firebeards. Though Ronnie didn't appreciate being tested by the Dirt Pile, they still managed to deliver a stirring statement to the people of the tavern saying, "The winds are changing." This was well received, and Ronnie left an impression on the patrons. The party joined the Dirt Pile group in their secret quarters and began chatting about collaborating on a potential takedown of Captain Scorch. Just before we get started, reminder, you can donate to change the outcome of the game. You can name an NPC, give players inspiration. Rewards are listed right below my DM face. Here we go. It's Summerfire 1 Mall, aka Tuesday in Earth language, at 11 p.m. And we're still in the back room of the Under Tavern. The Dirt Pile members and Ronnie don't seem to be seeing eye to eye on the logic of a potential partnership. So, as you guys are seated around this table, there are drinks if you want them. You've got your captives over here in the back of the room. You see, a few of you have gotten a chance to speak to members of the Dirt Pile, this secret organization that seems to be made up of Scorch haters, Never Scorchers, and yeah, you guys are in discussion with them and trying to parse out what exactly a partnership might look like and what they've got in mind. And maybe more pressing than that, this game that they had you play where they bet against you. Finn won some money, but it seems like...
How much was that again? I don't know if I clocked that last time.
Didn't you
Really?
get 1,000?
Wasn't?
Oh
didn't
no,
you
I
get
did.
500.
I
Gold?
Yeah,
forgot.
you bet 500, but didn't you get back 1,000?
I sure did. It's in my thing. Yes.
Who did they bet? They bet against us, but we would be dead.
Yeah. But some of that loot on your person would be rightfully theirs, along with your debt. Probably they get to win the writ de comp.
Ronnie narrows their eyes even more.
So, Ronnie, do you want to start things off perhaps by explaining from your perspective, just to reiterate, or maybe if you don't want to address the Dirt Pile, just telling us why is Ronnie feeling a bit mistrustful of these dirt bags?
Thank you. Ronnie's doesn't get one. Thought that the test thing was stupid as soon as they introduced it. Was very pleased to meet people who were like, we're working against Scorch. This testing was insulting, a waste of time, dangerous. an unnecessary risk to even their own circle or whatever the heck. So they're like, they don't think very highly of their strategy. I think they've now repeatedly asked, what is it that you have accomplished and what are you offering? It sounds like you want to team up with us because we're newcomers, badasses. I don't understand what you're like. Why do we want to team up with you? I know they know that that's why they came here, was to like find allies, but now they're like, I think they were getting concerned before we met the dirt pile that we were going to end up recruiting a bunch of like people like Polly and getting more civilians into danger. And now they're like, great, you're play acting at Rebellion. You've told us nothing that you've done. We hadn't heard about you. There's no like, oh, the whispers of like these renegades who are making things difficult. And we've been up in Scorch's business. We've been all around town. Like, who are you? What's all right? You'd played your dumb game. You saw our like credentials. Where's your resume at? So they're trying to be, they're not trying very hard to be cool, but they are just trying to be like, great, fine, all right, what's next? Are we just here to be friends in the Under Tavern? Like, what is? Do you have a plan, or are you just here to make friends and impress people, or whatever it is you think you're doing in this back room?
How much of this are you communicating to them, or how much of this is Ronnie able to communicate to them without lashing out?
Say the last thing that I sort of just said would be maybe what they are saying out loud. The previous part is more like the recap of their frustration at the end, like where we sort of left off of like, this is so infuriating. I'm so angry. But like, they don't see these people as enemies. They're just like, what a potential waste of time.
So, over the course of a few minutes, Eric is going to, still acting as sort of the head of the table, is going to generally address your concerns and respond to this idea that like why they haven't been moving. We were once like you, relatively new to the scene, making the same sort of waves you were. Then Scorch got elected. Everything changed. He began to run the town with an iron fist. Suddenly, we weren't just heroes. We were struggling to get by. We were in debt, same as anyone. He changed the rules slowly, like a frog in a boiling pot. We didn't realize how much we'd been screwed until it was already done. We tried. We tried to lead a rebellion against him. But people were afraid. They saw how many men he had. We tried to lash out at him. But, we lost some of our best friends and allies that way. Some of us that you see here were from back then. Some of us, he gestures to Kara, joined after. But we're all here for the same reason. We want to get rid of Scorch. What have we been doing while you've been running around? We've been planning. We think we know how to take down the entire Firebeard army. But we don't have the numbers, and we don't want to put any civilian lives at risk either.
So Ronnie nods very respectfully to that.
So you see, you might say, we've been waiting for you guys. And forgive us. The game might be stupid, and maybe it's my immaturity getting the better of me. He sort of like looks at Bran for a second, the dwarf, who sort of chuckles and keeps drinking. When you look at Eric, you don't necessarily see a dude who looks young, but you know, just based on elves, that ages and youthfulness can be deceiving. He has a shock of white hair down to his chest, and he does seem to be, now that you think of it, maybe has sort of like a petulance to him that could be the sign of youth. His interactions with Wei especially seem to have revealed that.
Isn't he a half-elf?
Perhaps
I
you're
thought
right.
so.
I think I have half elf for him in my
Oh,
notes.
yeah,
but
you're right.
honestly,
You're
that
right.
makes it even more emo.
What's a half elf lifespan?
I don't fit in. I don't
think
want
it
to
is
fit in.
halfway between a human. It might depend on your like school of thought, but I think it is like somewhere. It's half between a human and an elf.
Yeah.
So
Which could be
it's
almost
like 180. Elf lifespan is 300 years or 500?
Elf
750.
lifespan is up to 750.
That's
So-
interesting that humanity cuts down their lifespan so much.
Well, you know, whose genes, which were recessive. I don't know.
Yeah.
How's the half elf Punnett Square?
Imagine
I'm
not
not
knowing
sure.
when you're going to die.
That
Like
would
you
be-
have no reference.
The first half elf freaking out every minute. Well,
I guess I'll
120.
buy it
Is this going to
50.
keep going? Yeah, I don't know.
We're still kicking. Cool.
How's my 401k?
Why do I keep getting denied life insurance?
But I have to say, and I speak for myself. Everyone here speaks for themselves. Which is to say that not all of us are in agreement about exactly which plan and which way to do this. So if you have any ideas or want to ask further questions of us, now is the perfect time to do that. Kara's gonna smash her gauntlet down on the table, which sends up a clatter of some of the beverages, and is gonna be like, this is all a waste of time. All right, we should be marching in there right now and just kicking his ass.
Thank you, Kara. Good to hear one plan. It sounded like there were maybe a few others.
She looks really angry at you.
Ronnie looks completely impassive back.
Yeah, I mean, we've been in his house before. There's definitely a lot of guys, and they're not the smartest crop, but
There's other things in there too that you probably
Yeah.
don't want to run into.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. I don't know how many more switcheroos we could do with that Chimera.
At this point, Lyra, the elven bard, is going to turn to you, Wei, and say, "Oh, you know about the Chimera. That's very clever of you. And how did you come to that knowledge?"
It almost killed me twice.
She laughs playfully. "Why, you must be very brave." She puts her hand on your foot.
What?
Wei's
because I'm sitting on the table.
Wei's sitting
Oh.
cross-legged on the table.
I was like, what?
Everyone goes,
And she puts your
"What?"
foot in her mouth. Nailed it.
Yes. So, Eric, it sounds that you have a couple ideas. I think Ronnie looks around. We'd like to hear them all, and we can fill in any gaps based on our recent experiences and determine the best course of action.
Forgive me, but I'm not quite as stupid as you might think I am. I'm not going to give up our
Okay.
best strategies to you for free. After we're partners, then we can have full disclosure. But until we're fully convinced, or at least have a democratic vote on it.
I guess Ronnie holds out their
Well-
hand.
You see,
Okay, partners.
You're willing to become partners with us?
why wouldn't we?
You seemed so apprehensive a moment ago.
I'm sorry you lost people in this fight. It makes sense that there's been things going on here since before we arrived. I don't like the way you've handled this that I know of, but if the way to learn more is by extending trust, they leave their hand out.
What? Huh, I'm a bit surprised. I thought you
Ronnie's
wanted
all
to
about the
discuss more.
democratic process. Ronnie's planning on running for mayor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, vote Ronnie.
A few people chuckle at this, at which point the gnome is going to hop up on the table and point at Way and then Ronnie, Grim Ironclad, the artificer. Now see here! Not all of us are so impressed with your chicanery. You've been causing trouble all around town. I don't know what happened at the temple, but that was a very nice place before you blew in.
You like ghouls?
Ghouls?
And blood sacrifice? That's
Yeah.
what you do?
Is this
Kidnapping?
true?
That's
Well, I prayed there once a week.
rough.
You can feel Waylon in you can feel Fabian in your head being like, no, he's one of those devout types. Probably doesn't even know what he's praying to. Look at him, tinkering with his gadgets.
I have some souvenirs if you want.
Souvenir? After you burn the place down, that is most disrespectful.
So wait a second. Half of you seem to want us to join you. The other half really don't like us at all. It seems like you guys aren't even unified in your own party.
That's right.
I'll
We're
look
not.
at Ronnie and be like, are these people we should even want to rely on? People who can't even come to a decision amongst themselves?
The talking
Ronnie's
deer is
gonna
correct. We
think-
don't agree. This is
gonna
your chance to
friendship
convince us.
Friendship tattoo, think it, Kel. We don't have to rely on them to be allies.
El will try and respond using the friendship tattoo back that he'll go with Ronnie on this one.
Okay, make an
What is it,
Arcana
Arcana?
roll with advantage.
Okay. Advantage, Arcana.
Okay. You just hear Cal say, Ronnie.
Kel looks meaningful at Ronnie, like, yeah, you got that message, didn't you?
Ronnie, you suddenly think he's a lot dumber telepathically. I don't get it.
Ronnie's like, sure. I guess that's technically a response to what I said. I guess Ronnie at long last puts their hand back down. I'm confused. You still want us to prove ourselves to you despite what you just did to us.
Well, not all of us agreed with playing the game anyway. The gnome shakes his head. It was a pointless ritual. You could have given them forewarning at least. Life and death is not a game. I think that's why we all came here. Because we treasure it.
Yes, and thank you very much, Grim. I see Oz has his hand up.
Yeah, no, I just had a question. I had a weird. If you prayed there every week, why didn't they kidnap you and turn you into a ghoul? That's not really a vote of confidence for you. If like even they didn't think you'd make a good enough ghoul.
What's all this talk about ghouls? I went there every week and I never saw a single ghoul upstairs.
Upstairs?
They're all downstairs.
They're in the basement, my guy.
Well, they did often close the door and didn't want me to go inside. They said it was ladies only. At this point...
Tried to kidnap Way right away.
Yep.
Well,
what were we going to say, Finn?
I think she's just gonna turn to Eric and be like, "Listen, if you guys said you wanted a leader, right? It doesn't have to be any more complicated than the enemy of my enemy is my friend, right? If you follow our lead, I think we'll work just fine together."
Uh, make a persuasion roll, please.
Gladly.
Oh yes.
27. He nods. That's pretty much what I think too.
Hey.
At this point, Ira Frostwind, the tiefling warlock who been befriended somewhat last time, is going to pipe in and say, "It's true, Grim. There were rumors for a long time that wasn't really a true church. It was just a vestibule, a place for the cults to hide its activities. I didn't want to bring it up because I know how much solace it gave you after everything." She sort of looks down. Grim looks down too, his lips sort of quivering. He gets back down into his chair.
If I could ask Grim, what did you think of Serendis, the main, I guess, sister of the convent?
I never met her personally. I couldn't believe that Scorch had decided that she would agree to marry. It confused me, but I didn't know her personally, and by the time I knew what was going on, the church, you all had made your way through there. I don't know. It's hard for me to say it was a good thing, but I guess if Ira's right, then thank you.
Well, I appreciate you keeping an open mind, at least.
He looks a little bit despondent, and then under his breath, "Strange having such conversations with a deer." A few of the others chuckle.
He's a good deer.
He's
Oz
a elk,
gives
actually.
telepat. Very good dog.
I don't think we should get in bed with a bunch of people who don't seem to treat us with proper respect. Seems like this one, Kara gestures to Ronnie, is always questioning our decisions, trying to make us prove ourselves. They're the new meat in town.
Do you want to just
Cool.
say things and not be challenged and have someone point out flaws?
Pointing out flaws is my idea, little bird.
Kel will
Oz
raise
seems
his head up a little
unbothered and goes
higher.
back to petting the deer.
Oh, I
Sorry.
thought Oz was gonna
Kara,
make a
I
speech,
think-
and Kel was
sorry.
just gonna raise Oz up higher so that Oz like towers above the table.
Oh, Oz is just sowing doubt. Don't worry.
Well, there's two things we can do now. Before we make our decision, we have these two. He gestures to the prisoners at the back of the room, Bill Caven and the guard captain. The guard captain has been gagged at this point. Bill Caven's still unconscious. We could make a vote now. See if we're agreed in this partnership. Or, well, we could talk a little bit more. We could interrogate them. It's up to you, really. How
Well,
would you
before that,
like
I
to
actually
proceed?
do have one question. Kel will raise a hoof. How did you know they were in that box?
Ooh.
We were watching when they came in earlier.
So did they
Nothing
get
too
in the box
complicated.
like after they walked in here, or did they just like carry a huge box with a fucking minotaur in it and then pretend everything's fine?
Brand's gonna start laughing. That box has been in here for, I don't know, a decade at least. They came in here, They bought beers, and then after a couple, they both got in the box.
Oh, so they're just playing 7 Minutes in Heaven.
Yeah, only it was more like 7 hours.
Kinky.
Imagine we just didn't show up tonight.
We just decided to do something else.
But you guys told people in town that you were coming, I'm pretty sure.
Way
Right,
had
Scorch
let
was
it slip
aware.
to Scorch
Yeah.
that they were coming to the tavern.
Mm-hmm. Word got around. Kara's gonna slam her gauntlet down. Bran's gonna be like, geez, stop doing that. You're wasting beer.
Yeah, you're getting it all over my sleeve. Can you relax?
You know you're off time too, right?
Off time. Listen, I say we vote now. I don't trust these guys, and I'm sure some of you don't either. She looks at Grim.
Ronnie sort of like puts their arms out in like a slight shrug. If there are things that would help you feel confident with us, please ask. But if not, you must do what you think is best.
The bard Lyra is going to pipe in. I'll be voting in favor of them. They seem like fine, upstanding people. Kara's gonna turn to her. You just want people to do your dirty work because you're too scared to fight. That's not true. I think we need as many allies as we can get in this upcoming battle. Insight check, Lyra, seeing as you're right next to her. She seems sincere as far as you can tell.
No.
At this point, Ira, Frostwind, the tiefling next to you, is Finn is going to sort of clear her throat and be like, well, I guess there's a few things that we should know. What are the terms of the agreement? What exactly are we saying that we're agreeing to? She, turns to Eric for support. Right. We should determine that. Well, this is a partnership to take down Scorch and reinstate a new government for Jarek Spawn. Can we all agree to that? The members of the Dirt Pile
Preferably
seem to
unfucking
agree.
it, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds great.
It's a good start.
Anything else we should add? Grim is going to pipe up that the partnership be dissolved as soon as its goals are met. No love lost there, I guess. But the dirt pile will still remain. If it's necessary. If our path is met, I don't see why the dirt pile should stick around either. Eric thinks about this. Well, we'll cross that bridge when we have to. Anything else we should add? Bran is gonna slap his hand on the table, sort of mocking Kara. And he's gonna be like, afterwards, we're gonna have a big feast. And I mean like the biggest in town.
We gotta get super drunk too. Let's make sure that's in there.
Hey, yeah! you even though what you said was kind of basic way, you see that that Bran is really into it. It seems like he's been inspired by what you have to say.
Oz the Great and Powerful wishes to speak.
Oh, I have a title now. Oh, Anyway, I needed to add on that if, part of the agreement, if any stupid ideas come out, anyone can challenge them or like point out, hey, that's gonna get us all killed, okay?
Fabian's going to pop into. He's going to knock from inside your head way. He's going to be like, "Well, that would certainly be a change of pace for you guys, wouldn't it?"
Hush you, she's here.
Kara's going to turn and look. Be like, what was that? I heard something.
Yeah, I think it's fair actually to, assume that we know best in this situation. No one makes a big call without our vote of confidence, since we're the ones who I think, as far as I can tell, have had the most experience actually dealing with the Firebeards.
A few people begin to speak all at once. That's not true. We've been dealing with them longer than you've been alive. Well, correct. Yeah, this is what I don't like.
Feels unlikely.
Says Darius, the half-orc. Look, I get the sense that you people have good intentions, but getting into a partnership, especially one that's like military in nature, takes more than just good vibes, you know? We need like an actual strategy, and we need a reason for partnering up. It's like you say, some ideas are shitty, and they do get people killed. So while it's all happy and hunky-dory now, we need to think, do we actually want to work together on the battlefield?
Yeah, if we say stupid ideas, you can challenge ours too. If you can, if it's more than just, I don't like that, as long as, you can explain why it's bad. That's what I'm trying to say. Open conversation both ways for contesting ideas.
That sounds right to me. And by the way, on that note, when you say our second goal is to instate a new government, what do you mean by that? Eric's gonna stop and think.
No.
What did you say, Ronnie?
Sorry, I was like, he says that to us because we didn't say that.
No, he's turning to Eric about those were the basic tenets of the agreement he put forth, that you would take down Scorch and you would put in a new government. Eric's gonna stop and think. I guess that's a good point. What does it mean to reinstate a new government? Are we saying that we want to keep this weird oligarchy in place? Or do we want to change things up completely? How big of a revolution do you guys want to pull? A few of them get a little excited.
A big one.
I did say unfuck Jarek Spawn for a reason.
So, you think that we should get rid of the old system? What system of government should we use for this place? It's pretty rough and tumble.
We're not politicians, okay, bud? Well, maybe Ronnie is, but...
I'm not.
Yet. I'm working on the buttons, okay?
Well, somebody's going to have to take charge. If not, there'll be a power vacuum, where some stockbroker or bank guy is going to show up and say, because he has the most money in such and such account, he's actually in charge of Jarek Spawn. And then, I don't know, plutocracy, it'll be different, but maybe the same. I can't see anybody official coming in here looking at a pile of debt and saying, yeah, let's just wipe the slate clean on that. Nah, they take everybody for a ride if it's already there in the paperwork. Maybe that should be in the agreement too. He looks at the others. Make it so the debts are wiped clean.
Also, that's just unfair, random things they think of. I mean, if we burn down the bank, then all those records are gone.
Well, they probably have records elsewhere, but I do think clearing the unjust debt of the people here is a very worthwhile goal.
When Oz said burn down the bank, Bran the dwarf is going to turn to Oz, and he's going to get like a really excited look, like, hell yeah.
He gets it. He gets it.
You see him, he gets really amped up. Listen, we're sitting here talking about burning down the banks and future governments. Who cares? We need to take down Scorch now. That's Kara talking. This is all very important to discuss, though. This is about the future of the city and its people. I don't know if getting rid of the oligarchy is the right thing to do, but wiping away the debt would help out a lot of people. Yes, but, says Lyra the Bard, there are good, hardworking merchants in town who have been adding their wares and their expenditures to the writ de compte, the people in town. If we wipe away all the debt, we'll also be robbing those people too, who aren't part of the Firebeards, but are just simply profiting in a normal way.
So, who's to say we don't keep the system, but we write it into the bylaws to con the con man?
Oh, that's interesting. She puts her hand on your other foot. She has both hands on your... No. Her hands are on your cheeks. Oh, little baby.
I just imagine also his boots are like covered in blood. So it's just...
yeah.
Canonically, I have walked on the table, so there's a non-zero chance there's shit on there too.
Chocolate boots. She eats some.
No.
What is
God,
happening?
No.
Cursed.
What is happening?
Stop.
You guys started this. This is your game. This is where you wanted it to go.
Did we?
That's right. You guys did it. So
Action.
she's going to prompt you to explain what you mean by con the con men in that context. Context.
Okay. The debts are permanent here. Give them a time frame. Set it up so that they expire after a year. That way people can fuck off out of this hellhole. You could set it up so that the mayor of town is so bogged down with bureaucracy that they really, or bureaucracy red tape, that they don't have time to do anything else. Make it really not worth being mayor.
Ira's gonna.
Sorry, Ronnie.
Ira's going to sort of pipe in here, and she's gonna be like, "Well, some of us want to actually live here afterwards, so maybe what we should do is not hammer out all the brass tacks yet. There's got to be like accountants and nerds and people who are better at figuring out all of the bureaucracy and contract reading bullshit. What if we just say the Firebeard's debts, we have someone look through it, like some nerd, and have them say, oh, this is an unfair one and this is a fair debt. Like if someone is in debt for a potion they bought, that's fair. They should pay that up. But if someone got one of Scorch's like boat parking fees or, loitering for 3,000 gold or some shit, that's the kind. Unfair debts are erased.
I think Ronnie probably is nodding with this and says, we have one nerd who I think would be a great help with this. I think perhaps it would not be something to leave to only one person, but perhaps one of you and another person from the bazaar, a few folks can oversee his assessments.
We have a nerd who?
Yeah, I couldn't tell if you meant Kel or Yorkus at that point.
Ronnie definitely meant Yorkus and is going to look at Kel and be like, don't, it's fine. What?
In your head, you just hear Ronnie. Must be an echo of the weave or something.
You know, something that's really hilarious is that Scorch is actually super broke anyway.
Ira and let's see who'd be most interested. Yeah, Lyra and Ira are going to both lean into you. So the rumors are true. I knew it. I can't believe it. And they start pestering you for details about this.
Yeah, his vault was like totally empty, except just completely empty except for some cobwebs.
Make a deception check.
Ah, shit. Okay.
26.
Oh, it's a good thing you're so good at these.
They're basically so excited about the fact that Scorch has been living a lie. Lyra's gonna be like, I absolutely had a feeling that all the money going to that lavish wedding, I don't know where it was coming from. Even with the outlandish debts, it just seemed like too much. And Ira is just like, so he's been living a lie too, breaking his own rules. We should be able to do something with that. She looks at Eric. Right. This is good intel you're bringing us. Thank you.
You guys mentioned that you've been in town for a pretty long amount of time. If we're talking about erasing debt, is Scorch the only one acting in like a really suspicious way, or do you are the rest of the villagers, the townspeople, being fair in their handing out of debt and whatnot?
I think that Reed is contagious, and some of these folks, if they're getting screwed over, then they're gonna start raising prices too. I would say, in general, things are a little bit steep all over town. But that's because people are trying to pick up money wherever they can. And, it all trickles down to the very poor, and not in the good way.
Right, so wiping out just Firebeard debt wouldn't really work there.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, if we take a look at the ledgers instead of some guy going over every single transaction, if it's just the Firebeards who are being deceitful, we could just wipe out all Firebeard-related debt.
Right. I think that's the plan, though, isn't it? I don't know. I mean, it depends. Some of us grew up as thieves, It's not that inconceivable to say a little bit of inflation here and there, especially when everyone's hurting. If they're, is that truly immoral, or is that just economics working itself out?
Hell, we're not going to be able to just overnight create a utopia, but if we can at least give a better starting point or place to begin again from.
That's fair enough.
Darius is going to jump in and be like, yeah, I mean, look, Cal, right? I appreciate you wanting to make the best for everybody. And Grimm's gonna pop into, me too. I'm actually impressed by how intelligently and thoroughly you're thinking about all of this. Perhaps I had you, perhaps my assumptions were wrong. He sort of polishes his fogged up glasses, a little embarrassed.
Can Elk blush?
If they can, you wouldn't be able to see because your fur doesn't change colors, but yeah, let's say you can, and it's visible. You guys are in love now or something. It's an audible tinkle. It's a twinkle. Ding. And Darius is going to continue on, and he's going to be like, look, I'm just saying, this is Jarek spawn. Whatever it's going to be like, it's going to be shitty, right? Some people grumble and throw shit at him. I'm just saying, I grew up here, right? Like, it's not going to be perfect, no matter what. All we need to do is give people a solid footing, Then, whatever they do from there, I think our work is done.
Also, none of that's even gonna matter if we don't get rid of Scorch and also Naughty first, which I think is our priority.
They all look around the table and they sort of like they sort of blanch or look away. As if you just said Voldemort in a room full of non-muggles.
Wait, was that not something you had in your plan?
Well, let's just say our focus is Scorch and the people of Jarek Spawn.
Oh, so Naughty's just the godkin in the room, literally and figuratively.
Yeah, you know they're working together, right? Scorch is totally licking that Godkin boot.
Oh, he's deep throating it.
Which is
Kind of gross.
why a partnership might be advantageous. Working together, we can certainly take care of the Firebeards. But I don't know if the dirt pile is capable of taking down a godkin. Bran's gonna raise his pitcher of mead, and he's just gonna be like, "But we can try." He's just gonna start chugging, while Kara
Good boy,
shakes her
Tiger.
head.
Do we think that for our initial plan, when we were planning to take down Naughty, were we counting on Scorch being there to provide backup? Or were we planning to isolate Naughty and hope Scorch doesn't show?
I feel like
I-
we had been
I think
hoping.
it depends on the iteration, because we knew that he was going to try and backstab us. We just hoped that his butthurt feelings about Naughty would last just long enough. But now it's kind of clear he's going to side with Naughty to kill us.
Because things might work out this way. If you trust them to take care of Scorch at the same time we're taking care of Naughty, separating those two parties.
Exactly. We
Are you
separate
guys
the
saying
dream
this
team.
aloud, or
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have my friendship tattoo mastered yet.
Eric is going to turn to you, Cal, and is going to be like, "Exactly, divide and conquer."
Ronnie chokes. They weren't even drinking anything, but they just start choking as this conversation
Milk
starts happening
comes out
loud.
of Ronnie's nose.
From breakfast.
I haven't drank milk in
Oz
6
races
weeks.
over and just starts slamming Ronnie on their back. No, you breathe.
Oz, make a strength roll.
Oh, jeez.
That's
That
a
is the
save,
most strength Oz has ever
but
mustered in his
it's
whole
no
life.
modifier. Do you have a strength modifier?
There is no strength modifier.
Okay, 19. You slap Ronnie on the back, and Ronnie, not expecting it, flies forward onto the table. Everyone turns and looks at Big Kev / Little Oz. And Bran's like, "Oh, it's got an arm on him." Oh.
What do you expect? That's Big Kev.
They all look around knowing the real Big Kev, and they're like, whatever. This is Big Kev's brother.
Big Kev.
Yeah, they're both
I'm the
named
bigger
Big Kev.
Kev.
Yeah, he's bigger Kev.
God, I'm not getting bogged down in any more of your guys' antics. Antics, save the antics for that big celebration Bran was talking about.
No, you can ask the smaller Kev. I'm his brother. I'm bigger Kev.
Yeah.
No, I'm not taking the bait. I refuse.
Just ask
We're
him.
having a serious
We had this
discussion about
conversation
city
earlier.
planning.
And
Look, if you want me in a serious conversation, then I'll just talk about how the bank is the source of all evil here and we need to burn it down. Do you really want me in that part of this
Bran
conversation?
starts cheering and drinking even more. He seems seriously loaded at this point. Look, I think we're all in agreement here. We'll take a two-prong approach. The dirt pile will take out Scorch and his men. Meanwhile, what did you call yourselves? The hooligans?
hooligans.
Sure. Ronnie says from the table.
Sure. I thought you were talking to me.
No.
She I'm sorry, Grim is going to be like, yes, Sir Hooligans, of course. You shall take down the lesser threat of Nautilus Godkin. What's his last name? Bloodfoam.
Blood foam.
Bloodfoam! I remembered.
That's kind of disappointing. I was looking forward to stabbing Scorch myself a few times.
I don't think Nautilus is the lesser threat as a godkin, but you know, whatever. What makes you feel better?
Grim
I
looks at
mean-
you nervously. Oh, well, I of course meant lesser compared to your incredible abilities.
Nice save.
No, just convince yourself what you're going after is stronger. That's okay. Whatever you need for your confidence.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, he's only a fish man hopped up on super meth. You know, it's fine.
Climbed over the 7 seas and all that, but you know. No
Yeah,
big deal.
yeah, you know, slayer of barnacles left and right.
Super math.
That's the best math there is. Ira is going to pipe in and be like, on that topic, is there anything you can tell us about the Godkin? What is it that gives them their powers? I know it's not natural, so to speak.
It's being a god, I guess. Finn's like eyes are darting around the rest of the party.
Make a deception roll.
This is how Kel feels all the time.
11 natural one.
No.
She
Can
looks at
Ronnie-
you with
Can Ronnie give their calming presence via tattoo?
no, I'm gonna say in this instance,
And-
calming presence is about physical presence, and there wouldn't be time. It just wouldn't work out. If you fail deception, someone comes over and says, lie again. It just like wouldn't.
Lie harder.
I would say it in her
She's an
brain.
idiot. Lie to her. It's like, okay. Hey, wait a minute.
Ray's no quitter.
At this point, at this point, Ira's going to raise an eyebrow to you and be like, right. All right. I suppose. There's nothing more to say about that.
Nope.
All right. So, do you want to interrogate these guys, or should we put it to a vote?
Vote
we
to
still voting?
interrogate them?
No, a vote for
Are
the
we still voting
partnership.
about the partnership?
Ah.
That's not
I
like
thought
a
we-
hundo.
I
I thought that
felt like we really reached a good spot there.
yeah, that felt like a slam dunk.
Well,
I thought that was a
let's-
great interview.
let's seal the deal then. All in favor?
Ronnie puts their hand out again. Oh, sorry.
All in favor, type I in the chat.
Do the other people have access to the chat?
They will be registering their I. 3 different options. Showing the Godkins, I guess, creativity and uniqueness. We're all waiting with bated breath for Oz's I. All right, the Godkin are in agreement. What say us, Dirt Pile?
We got a new nickname.
Oh hey, Godkin too.
Electric Boogaloo.
Electric
Sorry.
Boogaloo.
So hooligans. There's too much lore in this universe. He throws a dagger at the wall. They go around. Eric votes I. Lyra votes I. Let me see. Let me double check. Okay, Bran definitely votes aye. Kara votes nay. And Grim and Darius vote aye. But Ira votes nay. The one
thought my girl was solid.
you get the sense that she's a little bit miffed by the fact that you clearly lied to her. All right. Well, looks like the eyes have it. There'll be a partnership between the dirt pile and the Sahooligans. The tenets of which are we take down Scorch and we change the government. But we make it a good government that helps people.
Now will you tell us your plan?
Sure.
We just did. We'll
No,
take
no,
out.
no, 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 no.
We'll take out
No,
Your
no, no,
Scorch.
specific plan.
Yeah.
Because
you didn't.
you said you've tried this before, and you said you failed. You don't have us as backup this time because we'll be off fighting Nautilus. What is going to make this go any differently than it did last time?
Well, to be honest, you guys have done a lot of the work for us. Not only
Ronnie's eyes
How many-
narrow again.
How many firebeards have we killed in like 3 days? There was all the guys in the bar fight. There was the mansion fight this morning.
There was the other
Right.
mansion fight.
And the
There was the
other
other
bar
mansion
fight.
And
He's
then
got
the bar
men,
fight.
but-
Burned so many people in the last week.
a lot of them are you've killed a lot of important captains, and well, we've got one right here as proof. The forces are dwindling. He's on his back foot already, and like you guys have brought up, doesn't seem like he has the resources to hire out. I think with all of our powers combined, we should be able to take out Scorch and his men, just working together as a unit like we know how to do. But we've also been worried that Nautilus has some way of staying in contact with Scorch. And as a result of that, that's why we haven't been able to act.
You don't have to worry about that.
We'll
Good.
handle Nautilus.
Fair enough. So, he walks over to a chart on the wall that currently has a dartboard nailed to it, and he pulls it out and he flips the chart. Bran looks upset that the darts game is getting disrupted. And you see like a very bare bones military strategy he's drawing up for you. Here, why don't I create a new page?
Yeah, can you do like a duplicate of the Jarek spawn map?
Um,
And then we can just re-scribble on that like a battle map? Or
Us
like a strategy
scribbling
map?
on stuff?
Never. I've never done any scribbling in my life, ever.
why don't we just use the Jarek Spawn City map at this point? Because
Fair enough.
maybe it already has too much stuff on it already.
That was my thought process, but we don't. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Let me see if I can
Just
duplicate.
pull out our map that's been entirely scribbled on.
Can I duplicate? Oh, I can. Map and lighting, objects and tokens. No, none of that gets duplicated. Let's see how this works. Well, that's stupid. You really consider the map itself? Okay, duplicate. Okay.
Just what's going on in Ronnie's mind watching them like pull up the map that has no information.
As they argue about the dartboard currently. Okay. Okay, are you guys all on the city map now? Should be.
Yeah. Oh wow, it's so clean.
I know, it used to look nice. Okay.
What?
Used to be a nice town.
This used to be a nice town. Okay. We will use this brown color for dirt pile, and we will use this green color for Sahooligans.
All right.
Or this brown color, because it's hard to find the same color. There we go. All right. So the idea is half of our members will start basically a public disturbance at Seafair Bazaar. This will get the guards' attention. I'm imagining this is around midday or some such. All of this will have to be timed out by you guys, though, because if you have some way of making Nautilus show up, we'll need these two operations to happen simultaneously in order to have maximum effect. If any one of our forces gets overwhelmed and the other baddie pushes towards the other, for all we know, the whole town could be fucked by that. A lot of innocents could die. So, the idea is that Nautilus will be called in to the bay here. We'll be able to lure him into one of these more shallow areas where he has less water to work with, and then we'll be able to take him out from land where he has less of an advantage. Well, at least you guys will be, because we'll be preoccupied with Scorch over here. Half of us will be over here, half of us will be over here. When the guards leave from the mansion, we'll intercept them and start a fight at the gates. Big skirmish here. Eventually, Scorch will have to come out and see what the hubbub is about. If he doesn't, we'll dwindle his forces until he's alone in the mansion and go in that way. Meanwhile, you guys are taking care of Nautilus in the bay right here, bringing a fight to him in this area. Does that make sense?
Makes
For the-
sense so far. Is there a
most
way to get
part.
him out of the water entirely? We mentioned about how we took care of the connection between Scorch and Naughty. We were hoping to use that to bait him further inland, so he's further away from his source of power.
There's no... the only thing I know about that guy is he does not like getting on land. He might stay on a beach for a little while, but he is never that far from a source of water. He knows that's where his power is. The closest we've gotten to is
Alternate-
getting him in the docks. There might be ways we can use some of the ships in there for our advantage, although Scorch is in charge of the Dragon's Breath, so that's probably our best bet. There might be a way to get on board the Dragon's Breath.
Oh. Thought.
If we get on board the
if we have-
Dragon's Breath, we might be able to take care of... what kind of weapons do they have on there? Skewers. They have some sort of like harpoon skewers. Yeah, exactly. We can use those harpoon skewers as weapons, or send some of any friendlies we have to do that. Do you guys have other allies you might be able to call on for this battle? You might be able to call in them to infiltrate while you take the frontal assault.
We might know somebody. Somebody
Have a
who's
big
in need of a
scary
new
friend
ship.
that might be able to scare him out of the water.
I think we have a 2-for-1 special.
Also, if any of the Firebeards flee south, we do also have friends in the woods that could capture them. To revenge on them.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna add that to the map. Okay, so you've got friends in the woods here, right? They might be able
Yeah.
to push in this way and intercept here before anything gets to the farmland. That's what I'm worried about. But at least if we have to retreat, we know we can go that way. So, your main box and area of operations is going to be this area right here. Anything you can do to take control of this area before the battle takes place and set yourself up for success, now is your time to do so. I'm thinking we've only got, 72 hours to do this maximum. So any last minute preparations before other shit hits the fan. I'd say now's the time to do it.
Do
It
any
also-
of your friends know how to operate that crane over there? It seemed pretty large and strong. If we could, like, grab him and hoist him out of the water once he enters the bay, that might be pretty helpful.
Grim's gonna pipe up. He's gonna be like, I have the means to operate it, but the problem is devices like that lack real gnomish ingenuity. They don't have the flexibility or the movement speed to capture something that can move so quickly in the water as he does. I could also see, being as that it's made of wood rather than a harder metal, he'd be able to snap it apart pretty quickly. There might be some other thing we could do with it. Perhaps... Oh! You just gave me an interesting idea. What if you were able to lure him underneath the crane and then drop something that could provide some sort of explosion on him?
We got an
I like
explosion
the
guy.
sound of that, yeah.
Maybe something that could send a current through the water, shocking him.
I like it, boom.
I can fight underwater. I can lure him underneath.
Well, you wouldn't want to be in that blast either. But let's put a yellow box there. Maybe we can somehow fit some sort of shock bomb. I'd be available to help work on it too, if you know anyone else.
The guy?
What we'll probably need for such a thing is, yes, any help with demolitions, it sounds like you know someone, and perhaps some sort of magic item that can provide a palpable shock.
We know a guy for that too.
Right. Well, you might want to put that on your agenda then. That could be helpful in the fight to come.
Is this all happening like tomorrow?
It's up to you guys, but I'd say sooner rather than later.
I mean, same. Another part about this, and I mean, this plan is great so far. Scorch just like really kind of has it out for us, so are you sure you guys are gonna be able to distract him enough?
We're pretty capable in a fight. They all sort of flex a little bit.
Hear me out. I don't know if the Seafair Bazaar is a busy place and it is going to get attention, but it is still very, very close to the docks. Could you still have the same effect if you started at the jail? Or somewhere deeper inland where Nauti wouldn't necessarily want to go, especially if he has a reason to be at the docks.
I understand where you're coming from, and I've thought this through. This is my reasoning on this. I've thought about it both ways. The reason I think this is the best is that, one, both groups, let's say Dirt Pile and Zahooligans, are within at least a mile of each other at all times. If anyone needs to peel off and help the other party, they can. That way, we have stability on both fronts. Two, Scorch will also, and his manor will also be an eye shot. If he decides he doesn't want to get involved, say he's got some escape route of his own, we can charge in very quickly from the center of activity. Two, we can manage to keep things towards the gate. There's an open field there in front of the gate, I'm sure you guys know. It's just far enough away from the Seafair Bazaar that as soon as the action starts to get down, people will crowd around, just like any bar fight, but they'll make a big enough circle to let shit go down. Once magic starts flying, that's when people will start freaking out. Guards will come. That's when we make our attack. That's how I see it. I think if we're at the guardhouse, we might be able to segment them and cut off where their reinforcements might come from, but it's going to take us a lot longer to get to anyone else if they need help, and there's a chance Scorch could get away.
Alright, fair point. For transparency, mark this, around, sure, didn't you say that the hidey hole exit was like somewhere around here?
The hidey hole exit is closer than that. It is around here.
Oh, it's right there.
Yes.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll let the dirt pile know that there's a secret entrance into Scorch's Manor there.
Okay.
If we have any way to close that off. That's one less escape route. They also don't like people around that guard tower. You know, just in case.
Darius is gonna turn to you, Way, and he's gonna be like, "Good call. Thanks for the heads up." I think what I'm thinking is that Bran and I can go over there the night before the attack, whenever we decide it is, and try to either seal it up or clean it out somehow. That way, that's not an option. Does that make sense with everyone else?
Yeah.
Sure.
And by all means, if anyone wants to help, they can. I'm just offering.
I think the most important thing is just, like you said before, just get the timing right. So we need to make sure we set this to happen at the same time tomorrow, I guess.
Tomorrow at noon.
You want this to happen tomorrow?
Tomorrow at noon, day after at noon. You said 72 hours.
Yeah, also, you know, Scorch kind of wants us dead, so the longer we wait, the worse for us, probably.
He did just wipe out his lieutenants.
In order to get that bomb set up, that'll probably take, what, 6 hours? And we'll need at least 2 hours to take out that back entrance. And you guys also want to send somebody to check out the Dragon's Breath, right?
Well, how many hours would it take if you had a friend there, Grim? For the bomb?
Oh, well, I could probably rush it in 4. But we do
And
want to
if you
get
had
some
a-
any
sleep
less
tonight.
effective?
Well, but that's what I'm saying. It takes 6 hours alone, 4 if you rush, but what about if you have a demolitions expert with you? How long do you think you could shave it then?
Well, it depends how potent the magic device is as well. There's still a lot of ifs. I'd prefer more time rather than less.
So, okay, noon, maybe, but early. What about tomorrow evening?
Look, that makes me feel very uneasy, but in a way that I like. I mean, I think if we wait
Yeah,
too
get
late,
Scorch's men fucking drunk.
exactly, end of a long day, we might be able to get some advantage there. An attack like this, you'd almost expect it early, but dusk could be interesting. Hey, in order for this to work, it's gonna rely on us, trusting you to be able to bring in Naughty at the same time. We thought Scorch had a way to do that, but you suggested that you do now?
Yeah, we've got it
Like-
covered.
Yeah.
I've got a really good Scorch impression. Don't even worry about it.
Well, what is it? And how does it work?
It's my vocal cords and acting classes.
No, I mean, how are you going to contact Nautilus?
It's a special, you know, the mouth whistle that he does.
Make a deception roll.
Actually, above game, is it problematic if we tell them what it is?
You know,
They all stare at you, and Ira moves slightly away from you.
Look, Scorch had a way of reaching him. He doesn't anymore. We do.
Look, we've given you as much disclosure as we can. It's supposed to be a partnership. I don't understand all the secrecy. Fine. If you don't want to tell us, I guess we'll just have to trust you. Just make sure whatever it is that it works.
Let's just say it's an offer he can't refuse.
That means nothing to me. All right. Shall we proceed with the interrogation then?
I don't understand why we're not just, getting rid of them, personally. They tried to kill us not once, but twice at this point.
It's a fine point.
Um,
I suppose we could. But
Like, Ronnie's gonna try to use friendship tattoo and be like, Bill Caven has been affected by something similar to the goblin serum we saw on the island. Means someone in this town is dealing in something similar.
She doesn't want to respond because she's scared she'll mess up the tattoo, but she just sort of looks at Ronnie like, okay.
in your head, you hear Ronnie. It's still in Cal's voice for some reason.
You tell me if this is just too metagamey, but because I don't think Ronnie hasn't doesn't know how Kara is clocking Fabian, but do they have any reason to can they tell anything weird going on? Is Kara responding or doing anything weird every time? Because they've used this now a couple times in the room.
Is Kara clocking the friendship tattoo, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, make an insight check.
Ugh.
You don't know. There's nothing that has led you to believe that she definitely is, but you don't know for sure.
All right. Well, I think they're just being they're feeling pretty cagey about some of this group, so they're just being cagey generally in a way that may lead them to being not very clear with their own friends.
I am actually kind of curious. I did want to ask before. Kara, you did mention that you just want to storm in there and kick his ass. What did he do to you that made you hate him so much?
It stuck me here with all you assholes.
Yeah, well, that's kind of a catch-22. You're here because you want to destroy him, but you want to destroy him because you're here?
No. Look, I'm not here for mind games. I'm not interested in that. I just want to leave.
Waylon raises an eyebrow at the
yeah, right.
mind
You
games.
pop into frame.
It's just a simple question. If we're, doing little trust exercises here, what's the harm in answering?
I mean, what do you want me to say? I don't want to be in Jarek spawn anymore.
That's better.
Can I insight that?
Yeah, you can insight check that.
Because above game, that's a weak-ass excuse. Damn.
You sort of assume... You don't have any, evidence of this, but you sort of assume she's holding back, but it doesn't seem like that's the... It doesn't seem like that's a lie. You get the sense that that's a lot of people's motivations. They don't like being caged.
Oh, I get it. He killed your husband at sea, too, and set your ship ablaze and isolated you from the wide open sea.
No, nothing like that. I ain't never had any husband, and I never will. I'm a free agent, if you get my meaning. She...
Oz is,
Go
ahead.
Oz does not
getting Eve's message. Send her a message. If you don't like hanging out with us, you could just say it.
Wait, you said that to Kara?
In message,
just message.
What the hell? Who's saying that?
Oz is scratching his beak nonchalantly.
Why, you... Stay out of my head!
Waylon again raises an eyebrow.
I don't like magic. Well, not the magic I don't understand. You wizards are weird.
I like magic. It's explosive.
Mhm.
So you're
Well,
in debt and you just can't leave Jarek Spun, huh?
okay, look.
Uh,
I
can I?
used to be a little bit more powerful and influential. Maybe I make some mistakes, right? So I had to leave Grand Haven. And I thought I'd make a new life for myself out here. And next thing I know, I'm in debt, stuck here in this shithole. So yeah, I want to team up with whoever wants to change things. All right?
Just loving my notes. I'm just like, Kara used to live in Grand Haven and is a bitch.
Is a bitch.
If you want to leave, you can just leave. If you're worried about... Actually, what are you worried about? Why don't you just leave?
The bank. They'll send their goons after us, or the firebeards all at once. It's the same for any of us. That's why we're all
The
stuck here.
Right.
source of all evil in this town. We just burn it down, all the problems are gone.
Interesting. You don't strike me as the type to be scared of a couple nerds, but all right.
It's not just the
Uh,
nerds. It's all the people they're willing to hire to track down and wipe away their debts.
Oz is nodding along with this.
can I feel like she? I don't remember. Do we know she's a cleric, or did you just tell that to us above table?
I think we did have
I think based on her
introduction bit.
dress and her armor and what she is wearing, you could tell she's a cleric. Most
Okay.
likely.
This is probably like a kind of long shot, and I have no idea if it actually goes anywhere. But I think Ronnie is sort of like starting to clock this and like thinking, uh, what is his name? Gosh dang it. Nometary. I think like they think of Nometary and they're sort of like, all right, well, like this person is acting in these ways that don't seem consistent with what Ronnie thinks like a person should act like. Is there any way that they can try to get a sense of like her deity, her alignment, sort of where her, because especially when she's like, I don't like magic, and Ronnie's like, well, that's a weird thing to hear from someone like you. Just trying to clock like where her resources come from.
You mean where is she getting her spiritual power?
Yeah, like I don't know if there's like symbols on her dress that indicate sort of who her deity is, or
There
but also like
are.
since there's like the gods are like locked away, like where's her stuff coming from?
You can do this as either a history check based on her symbols or a religious check based on I guess it would be history or religion based on those same facets. But
Good. Yes, 2 intelligence rolls. All right.
great, 15. You remember this is when you were starting your sort of spiritual exploration period of your adolescence, when you were still under wait, what's your father figure's
Gideon.
name? Gideon's. When you're still under Gideon's care and sort of in his homeschool system thing, but you were like more in your tween ages. You remember Gideon telling you about the different religions of the world. Yeah, system. I mean, you were the alpha test of the system, right? So that's why he wants another apprentice, I would imagine, just to get like I need to see if I did it right before. Just like with any eldest child. So you long story short, you recognize these symbols as being similar to the ones described and drawn by Gideon, and you think she's part of a sort of an older but not very talked about group called the City Seekers of Grand Haven. And if you had to guess, you would imagine she is like almost not a traditional cleric, but sort of a knight of these city seekers, which is weird because you'd expect there to be in the human capital city of Grandhaven. Like, why even be here? And the fact that she's still wearing this attire and has
And
this,
says that she got kicked out of Grandhaven.
yeah, you're sort of like, I guess that's maybe the reason she's not so upfront of tell me your life story. It's because she's kind of wearing it on her sleeve a little bit.
Literally. All right, cool. Anything that I might know about the City Seekers, but
You know, from what Gideon told you, you know that they specifically, it's what you were able to piece together just now. You know, they are known for being like typically within the city walls. There aren't many practitioners outside, except in maybe some of the suburbs around Grand Haven. They're a secretive order, sort of a, some say they are an Illuminati like secret organization that affects events, you know, to change history in their favor. But that's more of an urban legend type conspiracy theory, whereas their front-facing appearance is that they are very ornate and religious cathedrals, armor, knightliness, very much prim and proper kind of religious organization, sort of full of themselves, in honor, treated by other people in Grand Haven as like it'd be an honor to join, but also a little bit picky and opinionated, and it's not hard to imagine why someone with this much bluster would get kicked out.
Reject. No, my bad.
Cal says out loud.
Out of context. Just-
Ronnie narrows their eyes again.
What are you looking at, Fuzzface?
Hey, that's offensive, Kel says.
As the other fuzz face in the room.
Way's looking at himself in the mirror. Huh, I guess I do need to shave a little. Starts shaving on the table. Dipping his razor in Eric's spear glass. All right. It sounds like we've got our marching orders in terms of what we want to accomplish. So we'll say, I don't know, 5 p.m. tomorrow.
Sounds
Is there a
good.
way we can contact you other than just heading down here? Grim, if you wanted to meet our bud, where should we coordinate?
Grim is going to give you a small communicator, almost like a pager, almost, with it's like a little circle of metal with what looks to be a gem in the center, but the gem is actually just a green button. And when you the way it works is that when you think of the person you wish to contact, it will ping their communicator. It can't send a full message like a message spell, but it will alert them to the person who contacted them. It will give them a sense of who sent ping. So if you need anybody to come by or whatever, the members of the dirt pile all have these, and they'll give a couple to you guys as well.
And does it give a general, like, location? Like, if we showed up, if we were at the blacksmith and I just give it a tap, would he know I'm calling from the blacksmith?
He'll know he'll get a sense of a general direction, but he won't be able to, like, see the blacksmith on the inside or anything like that.
Alright.
It's just a little doodad I've been working on.
Yeah, that's pretty nifty. And Way's just kind of like tapping it, just kind of like not fully thinking of anybody, but kind of just playing with it, testing it out.
Kara gets really mad. Hey, stop that! You're pinging mine!
Way does it like 1 or 2 more times.
Inside your head, she's like, I thought we were playing nice. You want to see me get angry?
Ronnie raises an eyebrow.
Yeah, Way's like, I seen you play nice? I thought you don't like people in your head. Maybe some reciprocity is in order.
Can't you keep stum? Just be quiet.
Maybe knock before you enter somebody's head.
The whole world is my playground, baby. She raises an eyebrow in a flirtatious manner.
Way pings her one more time and then stops.
Make a charisma roll.
Charisma.
She's like super into you now. But she also hates herself for it. It's going to be complicated.
What?
Yeah, Roddy's not sure what's happening. Everyone else is just chatting. This lady's like somehow an anti-Karen. Or is she the true Karen revealed? Okay. Do you guys have any suggestions on how you want to do the interrogation of these two guys, or do you just want to wake Bill Caven up and ask him a few questions?
We could blindfold him and do the old Captain Scorch, just tell me what happened and I won't be mad.
That would be hilarious.
I'm pretty good at mimicking voices. I could probably mimic Scorch's voice.
Oh,
I
that's
would love
good.
to see Oz pretend
Yeah.
to be Scorch.
That's really good. Okay. We'll blindfold him. Give him a sip
Imagining
of the healing pot.
Way doing Bill Caven again and just being like, who are you?
Yeah, just keeping the ruse going even when it's not helpful in any way.
Just make him like have a like gaslight him into thinking he's not real.
Bilk, it's me, your conscience. We have a lot to talk about right now.
No. Okay.
Did we shit on Doozer? Did we like shitting on Doozer?
Is that what we're most into? Okay, so we're almost at the break time, so why don't we take our break now? We'll be back in like I don't know, like 6 minutes or something. And yeah, let's be right back. Do. bring it back. Okay, we're back. All right, so Eric is going to blindfold Bill Caven. And he's also going to double gag this guard captain so he can't interfere. He's gonna give Bill Caven a sip of a healing potion to give him a couple more HP. He starts to rouse a little bit. He walks over to you, Oz. All right, do your best, Scorch. Let's see what we can get out of him.
Well, all right. I'll just make sure I can remember Scorch's voice when he was yelling at me so many times. All right, disappointed grammatone. Disappointed grammatone. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, Wade's right next to Oz being like, did your grandma ever do the, if you just tell me everything, I won't be mad, but she will be mad thing? Do that.
Wait, I need a dagger for that. Do you have a dagger?
I hand him a dagger.
She always had a dagger in her hand when she yelled at my dad.
Your grandmother
Holy
terrifies
shit.
me.
Yeah, that's scary.
I feel like I need her autograph or something.
In blood. Okay, so Bill Caven is in pain, and he's like, oh, where am I? I can't see.
Switching to Scorch voice. All right, Bill, you have some explaining to do.
Who's Captain? Is that you?
Oh, you still call me Captain after everything I've been hearing about you, eh?
What do you mean, Captain? I've been loyal the whole time. It's you. You turned your back on me. You left me in a cell. My own men against me.
Right. Is that why? You know, I had you handed to me, tied up, blindfolded with a whole list of sheets of whatever, of everything you have been doing. Words are hard. I am upset. I am very upset with you. You better start talking right now.
Fine, I'll talk. Wait, Captain, you all right? Your phrasing's a little bit different than it normally is.
Bill, you have not seen me fist angry yet. I am seething. I am ready to just. You better tell me everything right now.
Okay, make a deception check with advantage.
He's doing his best.
All right. I still sound weird to me, but I know you've been through a lot, Captain. I know. It's the hooligans. They took your wife from you. I'm sorry, Captain. I wish I could have stopped them.
Well, they took everything from me. They took my wife. I'm pretty sure someone has been down in my vault. Everything is gone. I only have a matter of days. You better tell me everything right now.
What do you want to know?
I want to know why I've been hearing reports that you have been going behind my back. What have you been doing?
I haven't been going. This is just what Doozer was telling you about. You bring him in here, and he can corroborate it. There's someone that's been impersonating me.
Oh, someone's been impersonating you and you didn't, hire someone to be a second you?
No, I would never! Captain, my loyalty and my honor is only to you. When you found me as a young teen, I was directionless, rudderless. You gave me my destiny, Captain. I pledge it to you. I would never.
Why you think this hurts so much, Bill, that I've been hearing all these things about you when I took you in as a teen?
Captain, you can trust me.
I need a second to think. Oz is gonna step back to Way, message him so that Bill can't hear anything. It's like, What am I supposed to be asking? I'm just trying to be disappointed. I don't actually know what we need from him.
Yes, Wolfian motherfucking Palewoods, that was beautiful. I would give you the fantasy Oscar right now. You need to be asking him about the blood, how he got so powerful. We think he has Megalothari blood. Maybe don't say the Megalothari thing, just ask him how he got so... Ask him how he's bulking.
Okay.
Bulkhaven? Oh my god.
What do I
Bulkhaven.
like imply that it's like he's going to some magical gym? No, I can work with that. I can work with that.
Just ask him if he's doing drugs.
All right. I'll be honest, Bill, you've seemed more powerful than ever, and I don't mean that in a positive light. You doing something? Are you holding out on us?
Captain, Doozer told me not to tell you. He doesn't. I'm not sure he trusts you anymore, Captain. He feels...
Bill, User has shit his pants on like 3 separate occasions, and you still trust him.
He's my best friend! So what if he shit himself? Sometimes people shit themselves. This is not their fault. Magic people do it. Hard to find magic people make you shit your pants, Captain. It's true.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but he has done it more than just in combat. Like, that's just a habit of his. It's
Oh.
not magic.
You never told me that.
He's very, very embarrassed about it. I thought it would bring everyone's morale down if they knew.
Make a persuasion roll. That bastard. He said it was magic people. He's probably got some stomach thing and he gave it to me. That's why it's not important what I did, Captain.
No, I already know what you did.
Captain, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to dishonor us. But I just wanted to stop the Sahooligans. Show you I'm the real Bill Caven. See, Doozer, everyone thought the fake Bill Caven was me. Even you. And they left me in jail, and I was bleeding out. But Doozer, he was friends with some of the guards. He brought some potion inside, and I drank it. I felt good. Started to heal. I felt like I had powers I never had before. Tasted weird, Captain, but I liked it.
You know where Doozer's getting those potions? Those would be real handy to have.
He said he talked to his uncle about it.
Remind me who his uncle is. There are so many of you. I cannot be bothered to remember whose family is whose.
You know. Guy, really weird old guy who runs a magic shop.
All right, that eccentric old guy.
Yeah. He hired a couple of lizard guys to go find it, I guess. Underwater or something. And he had his uncle check it out and inspect it. Make sure it was safe. And he brought it to me.
And you're just gonna trust drinking random things from that little pant shitter?
I didn't have any other choice. It was my one hope. That or die.
You didn't trust that we would figure it out and get you out of jail?
No, Captain. I didn't. I thought you were done with me.
I need to think about this.
Please, Captain. I know you want to punish me, but I've been punished enough. I'll do anything. You can have one of my horns, Captain.
Scorch Oz says nothing and lets him stew in the silence for a moment.
Captain, please! I'm begging you! He starts crying.
Oz messages Wagon. Like, I've never made someone cry before. What do I do from this point?
We could knock him out.
Yeah, I mean, we got the information we want from him, right?
Yeah, Wei nods, turns to Ronnie, and then mimes like bopping on the head and then points to Doozer. Or not Doozer, Brookhaven.
Doozer's body in the trunk in the living room. I mean, the main room.
Fate worse than death.
Who did you tell to bonk?
I told Ronnie to bonk Bilk.
Okay, gotcha.
Ronnie sort of looks around and then bonks him.
Okay. Roll to... I guess roll to hit. You're doing non-lethal, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's not good for you to be knocked out like that, though.
With advantage, yeah. 24. Okay, yeah. So yeah, you bonk him quite expertly, and he goes back down to 1 HP and asleep.
Super bad for you.
I mean, it's not like he had many brain cells left. He was friends with Doozer.
He doesn't seem like he has much to lose there. I think we're fine.
Yeah.
You know, not to be morbid here or anything, but what are we gonna do with him now?
Yeah, this was kind
Exactly.
of a temporary.
Well, we could just
keep him
put him
kidnapped
back in
until
jail,
after the
right?
fight.
Why don't
I
we
heard-
just take him back to jail? He was there
I
before,
This
right?
is what Oz said.
I heard bag and I heard fight and then I heard jail.
Yeah, we could just like suffocate him in the back. Oh wait, what? Sorry, is that not what we were thinking?
Wait,
What if we just put him in a little tiny dingy boat and then just push him out to sea and let fate decide where he goes?
I don't
And
hate
then we
that,
tell
Oz.
Barney.
I don't hate that, Oz.
Ronnie just looks miserable.
You don't listen. You don't keep a guy around who's tried to kill you more than once. That just seems stupid. Am I wrong?
Especially a guy hopped up on super meth.
Right.
But imagine
we know.
how funny it'll be when he eventually realizes that it was us all along.
Oh man, he's gonna want to kill us at least a third time.
He's tried, but come on. We've taken him out multiple times in like a week.
Want to give Scorch more fuel to try to kill us, though?
Ugh.
I mean, if we want to do this the amnesia route, Ronnie, if you don't want to kill him, maybe we just give him permanent brain damage and he forgets who he is.
I mean, frankly, I've knocked him out several times now, again in the last week, and that's super bad for you.
We give him amnesia. We leave him tied up, but we sneak him into a cart of a merchant who's leaving town and let him start a new life.
Or what if we
I do-
just drop him in the Dryad Forest, right?
Yeah,
They'll take care of it.
He'll turn into Kel. How hard is it to be a druid? Maybe he could. Like,
Wow.
if he's got dryad help, I don't know.
How hard is it? I'm just saying it doesn't seem that. That's not important.
You make it look seamless, flawless.
You try turning into an elk 5 times a day.
Yeah, right.
Wait, dang.
Well, if you want us to take care of them, well, we can do so. That way you don't have to know things you don't want to know. You see Eric sharpening his knives.
Well, I mean, if we kill him, that just gives Scorch more rage fuel. That's why I think that, we just send him off somewhere.
But Scorch thinks that this Bill Caven is the fake Bill Caven, and I'm the real Bill Caven.
Yeah,
Does
there is
he?
that.
Or is that up already? Since him and Doozer both
But
were
remember what he
planned to
just
be
said.
here.
They didn't tell Scorch beforehand. They were trying to intercept us and then go to the captain
Oh, right,
to
right.
win back Scorch.
Wow, everyone's in Scorch's shit bucket, huh?
Yeah.
We could always carve this one up and make it into a costume for someone to wear.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's far.
Oz is just
out of
gonna
my-
kind of slowly push their knife down.
I'm just saying. There's no bad ideas in a brainstorm.
You remember when I said a while ago that if someone says a stupid idea, we need to have the right to point that out?
Fine,
I'm going to
fine.
use that right now.
I'm just saying, I mean, Grim could work something up, make him into a robot of sorts. There's a taxidermist in town, cut down on the smell. I have a squirrel like that.
While I would love another costume, I don't know how well, a person's skin would work that everyone recognizes.
Well, I mean, this guy's been dressing up like him, and he's not even the right height.
I mean, we kind of lose the changeling argument, though, because doesn't when a changeling die, they go back to the original form? Because then everyone be like, that was the actual Bill. They killed the actual Bill.
Look, this is all confusing for me. I just like carving guys up.
How about we find you someone fun to carve up in the bank after we burn it down, okay?
Well, I got
Well,
this
what
guy
about
over
that
here,
other
too.
guy?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know if I
Yeah,
can
have
fit
fun
in
with that
him,
one.
though.
You figure it out. Leather stretches.
Ugh.
Okay. Well,
He
another
pulls out a little
line of
measuring
thought.
tape. And he puts
Wait,
those
so
pins in his mouth as if he's like a clothier.
slowly this is becoming an episode of Hannibal.
Oz offers him a few sewing supplies to keep him happy and quiet, and then we'll go back with the rest of the party.
Ira's gonna
Another
come over, and you guys think she's gonna like criticize him for what he's doing, but she actually helps him measure.
somehow that tracks.
I'll be happy and quiet in the corner. Let's just leave him be.
Well, another line of thought, right, is that it would be nice to have a witness to Scorch's bullshittery.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately.
If you guys can just keep him on the DL for, until I guess the main events are over.
Sure. We can keep him as war prisoners or something. He goes over and he pulls what looks like a long tassel on a rope, and the door over here swings open, and two of these like ninja-like under tavern employees come out and drag both of the guys away.
What?
Oh, that's useful. I need to remember that.
Oh yeah, it's super cool. It's also a great way to get booze in here.
Oz is looking at him like he has ideas.
Make sure wherever you keep him is strong enough. He busted out of jail, don't forget.
He's got 1 HP. He'll be fine.
Yeah, but if you let him rest, then he will somehow have recovered all of it.
Nah, I'll just poke him in the ribs every time he starts to rest.
Yeah, like every 4 hours. That should do it.
Isn't that like violating the Geneva Conventions?
Yeah, there's no Geneva in this universe, so
Doesn't
it's fine.
exhaustion kill
This is
people?
Eric spawn.
Doesn't that violate the Grand Haven Convention? Just make everything have a weak sauce analog.
Just looks directly at Kara. Is that what the Grand Haven Convention is?
Oh no, this is making me sad. It was just the anniversary of 7-Eleven.
Everyone, Ronnie bows their head. Sorry, which did you say? What direction? What wall that secret tunnel is in? To their weird
secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel. Right. Thank you.
All right.
Also, what time is it? There's no clock in here or anything. We
It's
should
about
probably
midnight now.
get out of here if we're gonna set all this up tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. All right, everybody. Finish off your beers, get some shut-eye, and, yeah. You need to send anything to us in writing. Here. He goes over to a bird cage at the back of the room that has a sheet over it, and he pulls off the cover, and all the birds start immediately tweeting and freaking out. Ah, stop it, you little bastards! Yeah. He opens up the bird cage, and a bird hops onto his finger, and he he goes over and he gets a treat, and he gives it to you. Yeah, there you go, Henry. You like that? Here. He puts the little bird he's named Henry on top of Oz's head. Send this over with a note. Just wrap it to his leg. A little string.
Is Henry a tequisel or is he just a bird?
He looks
Just
like
a carrier pigeon?
he doesn't look like a carrier pigeon or a tequisel. Tequisels are about the size of their body is about the size of a chicken. And they have a long peacock-like tail that makes them look super big. And carrier pigeon is about yay big. This
Pigeon
bird
size.
This bird is about the size of a chickadee or sparrow. Like, it's not, maybe a little bit bigger, but it's just small and white. It almost looks
So our
like a
message
little
has a
sandpiper.
word
Honestly,
limit.
love it. Absolutely adorable.
Oz staring into the bird cage, not quite absorbing what he's saying. I will free all of you.
No, don't. We need those guys. Plus, they're well fed. Look. He opens up another bird feed, and it's just full of bird seed. Or a bird cage. It's like spilling out the sides. It's not a good container. We need a jar.
A jar?
To keep all the extra seed. It's spilling through the sides in the cage.
Oh god, I thought you were putting birds in jars.
Ooh. Would people buy that?
No.
We
No.
don't put birds in
No.
jars.
Then fine, I won't.
I
Where's
will
your
put you
idea?
in a jar.
I get it. Kenku writes.
Ronnie leans over. Is that a big problem a lot of places?
No, it's just something we say. Mostly because of Rook outside.
But you say it.
Yeah, just here in the
All
Under
right.
Tavern.
Oh,
It's
right,
not a
the
societal
others.
problem at all. We just do it to make fun of Rook because he's always making those weird sounds.
I
we
think
do
that
put
I
him in
now
a
believe
jar.
that it is a problem.
Well, yeah, it's definitely a problem. Yeah, we're always ripping on Rook, and he's the only Kenku. So yeah, discrimination-wise, it's not great. But I mean, Grimm's the only
Don't do
gnome there.
that.
Fine. Jeez. Can't even be a fun organization anymore. Now I'll have to take down this poster of Bill Caven Cosby I have over here. He's my
Oh
favorite
my
comedian.
god.
We have all the members of our group pose around the picture to show that we all still have a good sense of humor about stuff. This is our secret member, McCree.
Here we go again.
Delighted to have despite
Wrath
also
of the
Ronnie
God Kid
having
was canceled today.
sense of humor. Don't.
Ben has already started walking out.
yeah, walking out No, wait. We don't have loot boxes anymore, but we have battle passes. If you give me money now and keep playing for the rest of your life, you might even get a new skin.
Looking at Bran. Is this what he's like when he's drunk, or is this normal?
We need to get him drunker.
Yeah, he's super drunk.
Ronnie increasingly concerned about getting the concept of getting skins based on some of the showing conversation.
Do any of you have any idea what he's talking about?
I make the
No, I
skins
think-
myself.
I'm gonna help Kel get out of the doorway now.
Yes, please.
Elves are always the worst drunks. God.
Everyone just like backing out of the room.
Darius is going to
Wow.
walk over to the wall and angrily open the door again.
Before we leave, Oz reaches for the rope on or tassel on a rope.
Okay.
Surface, he's being creepy again.
Are you gonna pull it?
You know, he'd already pulled it.
Oh, okay. I thought he was just reaching for it. I didn't see what happened. Yeah, he pulls it. Two guys come in and pick up Eric and take him out of the room. What? No! They're in on the bit! And he just disappears. Everyone else is laughing at him. Don't worry, he'll be fine, probably.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna go.
And with that, you guys are free to go back home or wherever else after your meeting with the dirt pile. When you come out, you do come across Kel and Tonka and Lyria, right? That's his.
Kel and
song?
Tonka.
You
L?
come across me?
I'm sorry. When I see this handsome face, I think of Oddish. It's Tuck and
Ah,
Lyria and
nice save.
Tonka. When I see this face, I think, oh, that is what Oddish looks like. In my
It's
head.
nicer when you look at it from a distance.
Yeah, right. When you get back in front to see all the AI perfections. No imperfections with AI, just perfections. Perfections.
I hate so many of the images.
What do you
Not
mean?
only morally, but also like the splurker has like weird little flippy things coming out of its shoulders that I don't think are things.
That's because it's Eldritch, not because it's AI art.
What is more eldritch than AI?
Look how cute he is, though.
Truly.
All right.
Does he have a right hand?
Nah, he
It's
doesn't
like
need
a
it.
lump.
He
Oh my
lost
God,
it in the
you're right.
war.
It's
just like a lump.
stylized.
Don't ask him about his lump. He's very self-conscious about it.
That's why he's drinking so much. Okay, so you guys, you run into Tuck and Lyria, and Tonka outside. Lyria seems worried, about you guys, and is checking in with you guys. Are you all right?
Oh yeah, you know. Just business.
I've never been so close to violence like that before. I typically bail as soon as a bar fight breaks out. That was pretty crazy.
That's a good policy.
I didn't
You can
realize
stick to it.
Tuck was such a brute. Tuck looks shamefully at the ground. So does Tonka.
He's not a brute. He's just doing what he has to protect the people he loves? Question mark. I look at Tuck.
Tuck looks at you and like nods, like yeah, keep saying good things like that.
Yeah, protect the people he loves.
Yeah. Before he was here, he used to, defend all the dinosaurs in the forest from a bigger, meaner dinosaur.
Okay, I'm gonna say Kel make a persuasion roll with advantage.
Well,
He's a big softy.
persuasion. You said, right?
With advantage, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, let's take that
Ooh.
first natural
Hey.
20 over that second double sevens. Okay, so when you say he loves, she sort of like blushes and looks down. Well, he didn't phrase it like that, but he's not great at phrasing in general. Not his strong suit. He says, "Yeah, me no talk good, but me love good." She like shoves him
Okay.
away. It's true.
You know what? I'm happy for you. You kids have fun.
Tuck looks at you, realizing now that you're in deer form, and he whispers something to Lyria, and she just starts blushing and laughing.
Did any of you guys hear what he said?
Can I make a perception check?
Yeah, you can.
I don't want to know.
I want to know. Hey.
Make a perception check to avoid hearing.
Nat 1. It is burned in my skull
Finn,
forever.
Finn, you heard him whisper very loudly. He looks as horny as me last night.
So,
Okay.
what did he say, Finn?
That you're a really great friend to him.
Aww.
Make a deception check.
Tuck.
No,
No,
I'm just kidding.
I'm going to willfully.
Yeah, you're gonna willfully fail.
that. Thanks, Tuck. That means a lot to me, you know.
He looks concerned, and then he's like, yeah. He's sheepishly rubbing the back of his head. Tonka's gonna come up to you, Oz, and is gonna go, in sort of a sad, whimpery voice.
Oz is petting Tonka. Tonka, it's been a while.
Banana.
He rubs up against you.
I don't have any snacks for you. I launched all the coconuts.
He storms away from you. He goes back behind Tuck.
Okay, if he only wants food, then he doesn't want pets.
Tuck and Lyria both start patting him compulsively as he's rubbing against them. Lyria gives him like a handful of dried fruit that's just on the table nearby. He turns and looks at you smugly.
Oz doesn't care. Oz has a cool cat to go back home to.
Oz turns up his nose at the Fairweather Tonka. With this, you guys are free to exit. The bartender will give you a sly nod as you are heading out, as if to say, I'll see you when I see you. At this point, you guys are you making any other stops on your way home tonight, or are you just going back for a long rest?
Probably big rest.
Big rest. Okay.
I
so
would
you
like a
guys...
big rest, but not of the permanent kind.
Yeah, right? Okay. So we head back out to the main map. This is not the map we were just drawing on. This is the original copy. And you guys are going to... Let's remove this and just go back to party token for now. So you guys go back and you get the benefits of a long rest. In the over the night and in the early morning, you guys set up a game plan for what you guys would like to accomplish, and you make a list of the allies that you would like to incorporate. And so we can sort of just above game now decide who you want to get involved of your allies of this plan and how you would like to utilize them. And then we can go off and do those things if you would like to.
Then we can go off, King.
So we were on the Dragon's Breath. How many ballista or cannons or whatever does it have? We might have to
see. Well, beyond that, well, no, I guess not beyond that, but in addition to that, it's like manning them and, you know, finding the ammunition.
Right.
So, I would imagine, in my conception of this idea, I would say that you probably have the opportunity to, based on, you know, you can't shoot a ballista from the opposite side, right? That's how boats work.
Right.
So it's like you would only have access to half of them to starters because they're on either the after starboard side. What is it?
The left or the right.
Port.
Starboard is right?
Yes.
No, port or starboard, not aft. Port. You pick
Yes,
up your port
I
with
think
your
aft
left, so
is
you can
front.
reach to the stars with the right. Okay.
Oh no, aft is back.
Aft is back.
Stern is
Yeah,
back.
after the back of the...
I thought stern was back.
Oh god, I don't know how boats work.
Ooh, I just
I live
accidentally looked at the
Right.
mansion maps. They're so good. Okay. Where's at sea? Ocean.
Oh, it's apparently aft and stern both mean the back. I think bow is the front.
That was the front.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh, that's right. My bad. I'm trying to find the map of the boat in my just mountain of maps. Be right back.
Map mountain.
Because did we have a battle map for the ship? I thought we did.
We
Was it
definitely
all-
did, right? Because when we fought
like-
the
yeah.
Yes, we did.
Barnacle
Because the first Barnacle fight, yeah.
And
Because
also
they
the fin
shot
shenanigans
at
with
the
the
umbrella.
glass and the stuff.
Oh, here it is. Okay. It has on top deck, it has 3 on the top deck.
3 per side.
Yeah, on the top. It has 4 on the mid deck. But those, I believe, because of the way it's set up, would probably be firing at disadvantage because of the stationary nature of the boat and it being docked. So I would say you have... Oh, actually, well, depending on the way the boat is positioned, I would say if you had like 3 guys that you trusted and had good aim, like maybe like Astrid or something like that, they would have like normal good shots with them on the top of the boat, and you'd have like 3 of those. And then I would say if you have 5 other people to put on the boat, that they could fire with disadvantage, but still be able to fire. But if your best, I think your best unit allotment would be put 3 people on board and have them fire from the top deck. That's
Cool. Well,
Okay.
we have sorry, we have just in case Edgar doesn't feel like helping, we have Allie as well, right? Did anyone
Yeah.
say
That
that?
is true.
There's Astrid, Edgar, Polly, Allie, and Chungo. Slythe
Yeah.
In
isn't
terms
like
of
being
combat, yeah, Ali and Chungo maybe the.
Yeah, but if we have Astrid there, Astrid can handle herself. Polly, I feel like she can handle herself.
Ronnie makes a big noise after Astrid almost died on the sport boat.
Right,
But-
so if
Hey,
we
you
stack like
all
4 of them
almost
on
died
the
on
boat.
that boat.
Yeah, but she almost died harder and faster.
Yeah. She beefed it big time.
That
What
being
are-
said, Astrid is still more combat ready than I think Polly and Ali and Chungo.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And
but
Slythe isn't a big combat guy.
if we have them on the Dragon's Breath, then they don't need to be up close and personal, right?
Yeah.
That might be a good place for them so that they don't have to tangle directly with Nauti. But sorry, are we assuming we're back in our room or whatever?
Yeah, you guys can be having this conversation at night or during the day over the course of your rest, during the morning. We're gonna say that the day officially starts at like maybe 8 a.m. whenever we finish this conversation. So whatever we say in this conversation for planning purposes before you guys go about, we'll say is taking place in that. Any actions to prepare, actually physically build anything or anything like that will take place after the 8 a.m. But right now, we'll say it's a 6 to 8 a.m. Point. And we're just conversing. So let's should I take you guys back to the planning
The plan
document?
map, that might
Yes.
that
Is
might
that
be
way?
useful, yeah.
I think it's this one. Yes. Okay, great. I'm gonna move you guys now. Okay.
And there's like no Dickstrom on this one.
There's
Oh,
like
okay.
0 dicks in
Yeah.
there.
How do I even know where we are?
I can fix that.
Yeah, we can fix that real quick.
Okay. Fix it
like-
or dicks it?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Can everyone get 1 penis? That came out wrong.
No, that was perfect.
I think Ronnie is like, I don't feel great about bringing anybody into the direct combat with us. I could be wrong, but I think if they could, whoever is willing, if they can be on the Dragon's Breath, and that's man, that one is so unpleasant looking. If
Sorry.
they could be on the Dragon's Breath and, provide some cover, some support, that might be the best way for them to be, anyone who wants to be involved.
Wait. If we're trying to keep that on the DL, we could potentially use Edgar's ship to smuggle people onto the Dragon's Breath.
Well, the Dragon's Breath is docked right now, right? Wouldn't we just be able to walk them on board the dock and have it depart before the time of our fight?
But when the... Well, we could. But how obvious would that be?
I don't know. I kind of have faith in if we combine Astrid, Allie, and Polly, maybe Chungo, onto the boat, I feel like they could get on it just fine.
Allie, I feel like she would absolutely love the poetic justice of stealing the ship of the man that killed her husband. Yeah? I
That
feel like
too.
spite is a pretty good
I love
motivator
that.
there.
And then she could have it afterwards.
Yeah.
That's nice. I want to run this by you guys. So I have a list of the schemes, the setup schemes, and who would be assigned to what. I thought we could just go through those and assign them willy-nilly. This is the list. I'll put this in the chat. These are the list of allies I could think of that you could call upon for various purposes. Astrid,
Perfect.
Polly, Slythe, Tavian, Tonka, Tuck, Yorkus, Allie, Chungo, Edgar, Dr. Wilder. Those are all the people who I thought could possibly be useful in either a combat or non-combat situation. You know,
There's also Al from the Magic Shop and Balfour of the Forge and Apothecary. We can at least buy shit from her.
Okay.
I don't know if Apothecary is a friend or just
No, she's not a friend, but she is definitely wants deeper pockets.
I'm gonna put all
Yeah.
of those under resources.
Yeah, we should stock up.
Because that way they will be you know, I wouldn't say you can necessarily count on those people in a fight, like in combat.
Right.
Whereas I feel like everybody else would at least try their best in that fight. I don't think Dr. Wilder would necessarily be good in a fight, but she can be good for like stealth or intel, perhaps. So you might be able to use her in planning. Whereas Al, Balfour, and Apothecary, I feel like are not going to go outside their shop doors.
They're bound by the
Right.
NPCU laws.
Yeah, Yorkus is on there. He's just next to my name on the second bullet point.
Yeah.
Same with Astrid now.
Oh yeah, I was just like,
It's
only
just a
saw the list
formatting thing.
because I can't read.
No, it's just a weird formatting thing. So the plans that I have that you guys talked about are Dragon's Breath, Ballistas, right?
Right. Do we need a captain?
Allie.
Allie.
Well,
Yeah.
this depends on what you want the plan to be. Okay, so as we have it, the plan as Eric pitched it to you guys is leave the Dragon's Breath in the dock and then have it start stealth surprise attack, shoot ballistas once Nauti is already positioned. So Nauti would be able to see the ship coming if it weren't docked, but if you make the ship look like it's unmanned, you can pelt him with ballistas while he's already in combat position. That was the plan as Eric put it up to you. Now you can change any of this, but the plan, I'm just gonna make a note here. Eric's plan would require the people to one, take out any Scorch men on Dragon's Breath, or that he is just, you know, if there are sometimes regular guards on it. If they're on there, they'll need somebody to take them out, and then two, man up to 3 ballistas, and that would have the best shot in that situation. This plan would not require the ship to be captained or set out to sea or even into the bay in any case. However, if you have a different variation on that plan or want flexibility on that plan, like you could do this plan, and if the ship needed to escape to avoid damage, you could have Allie, you know, take it. That's also up there. So I don't think the captain idea is a bad one. I think that's cool and poetic in a way, but the I'm just letting you know what the initial plan was, that the boat would remain stationary as a surprise that it was just
Yeah.
an unmanned docked ship. So you can change that, but it does change how that attack may play out as a result.
I like that surprise aspect. I also don't love the idea of sending them out on a boat while we're having a Barnakoff come up and just like, not because I think it'll attack them per se, but just it becomes a dicey.
It feels like too many cooks in the kitchen with Nautilus being able to control so much water and the Barnakoff
Right.
being probably big enough to lift it. And Allie can just have the ship after and she can get it repaired or whatever.
Right. And yeah, that's and if things start to go super sideways, I would hate for them to be stuck on the boat.
Right.
Without,
I was
like,
gonna
full
say
crew.
we should set up like a word where if we yell it, and we have to make sure that they follow this explicitly, but like they jump overboard and just get out of the fight. Because being on a stationary ship does also mean they're sitting ducks if he gets pissed.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, the ship is a sitting duck, but they could potentially jump ship.
And swim to the
Right.
beach. There's
Yeah.
a clear
Right, exactly.
escape route. You can either go to the dock, which is right next to you, but I think the safest route to abandoning ship will be just go in this
That
direction.
beach, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. But we need to make sure that they like listen to us. None of that heroic, oh, we're gonna keep fighting shit.
I mean, 3 out of 4 of them are not the heroic type, so I think we'll be fine.
Fair
And Astrid
enough.
learned better.
Yeah, they got stressed last time we told them a bunch of the secret stuff, so I don't think that they're in as much of a rush to like
So,
prove thing.
so who do you want for this plan?
I think it's Allie, Astrid, Polly, and Chungo on boat.
Well, we only need 3 now if it's being uncaptained.
Well, you don't. Yes, to operate the ballistas. Remember, the plan is take out any men that might be on the boat. So for this plan, based on your just joint knowledge, you get the sense that you will need at least 1 tough in combat and at least 3 people who can operate ballistas. Swimming ability for the escape plan, probably a good thing as well. So you might not want Tonka on there necessarily. He might say,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Should
No,
we
I think
talk to Edgar and see if he's down?
I would I think
Right.
so, but maybe close to go
Yorkus
time.
might not be a horrible person to put on that boat if you need a tough to get rid of the firebeards.
True, he is pretty handy with that pen.
That's true.
And he's already got that long range. He's got the range with the pen.
Do you think Edgar might freeze up again? As in, like, if he's on a boat in a combat situation, worried about his friends getting hurt?
I don't think Edgar's gonna want to do anything, 1, without payment, and 2, with us again for a minute.
That is
Give
fair.
him a pet talk that will
Edgar-
get him out of debt. Because everyone
he-
here is in debt.
Yeah, he
might
doesn't
be able
want
to
this
use.
system.
Yeah, Edgar, he might not be useful on the Dragon's Breath, but what he might be able to do is cause some kind of distraction, even if it is just talking to the Firebeards for 5 minutes while everybody else sneaks on board.
That's true. He might have some kind of like dock presence.
He
Yeah.
also is a shifter.
Right. That might make him better in combat if it comes to it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to start divvying up roles based on what you guys are saying
Wait.
on here.
We don't have a word. Sorry, keep going.
You go ahead. I'm just letting you guys know. I'm not making decisions, but for example, we've discussed Slythe being on the bomb plan, and so I'm just putting his name under that, and we can shift it if we need to, but that just makes sense. Put Allie and Chungo and Astrid on boat,
Yes.
Yar.
and we can add
So
more
we have
people, too.
Edgar. We have Edgar, we have his boat. We can put Dr. Wilder on the boat. She can keep an eye on things. She can be our spotter if anyone is smart enough to maybe pick out a weakness on Naughty that we might not be able to spot instantly, probably be her. Edgar can squeal as a boar. That's our signal to cheese it and get out of there.
Wait, make an int save.
Int save. Pew.
Save in the mem.
Nice, 20.
You remember something position-wise that might change your current plans. The tugboat is where's my tugboats? The tugboat is basically where this ship is.
Okay.
Which means that if the center of combat is going to come in this area, in the middle of the docks, in like this general area, putting potentially defenseless civilians in this area might make it harder for them to get away if they're so close that Naughty can see them escape and use them as hostages.
Right, and the cliffs above them are cliffs. It might be
They're
hard for them
sheer.
to get up that way.
We know from experience this entire peninsula is a raised plateau.
Okay.
So now you're thinking, well, fuck, we got to talk to Edgar one way or another, because if we don't warn him, he could be in harm's way. There's also the crane here, and that was part of the plan too.
Right.
So even if he doesn't agree to help you guys, Way, you're now thinking we should definitely talk to him. So I'm going to put that on the agenda, along with go to Al and Carrie, of talk to Edgar at least. Okay, so we have... I'm going to mark off who we have plans for. You want Allie and Chungo together, correct?
Yeah.
They seem like they work well as a team.
I will put asterisks by Dr. Wilder and Edgar, because you guys haven't talked to them yet. And their roles are unclear yet as a result of that.
Right.
Of what they could do. You do have ideas for them. But knowing Edgar, he might, like Oz said, I might have some misgivings. Okay, but that still means you have Holly, Tavian, Tonka, Tuck, and Yorkus to work with in this thing. And the other ideas we have are blocking the backdoor escape route, which you're not sure if they have done yet, and setting up the bomb. And then anything else you guys would like to be taken care of beforehand, knowing what you know now. There was concerns about civilians. You could put people on some sort of civilian duty or something like that. You can have people
I think Ronnie
positioned around the
definitely
docks or something like
is
that,
like-
as snipers.
Tuck's girlfriend, what's her name? Maybe she could throw an impromptu performance at the Seafarers. Lyria. She could do an impromptu performance, like a... What's it called? When you just,
Busking?
like a...
Flash
mob.
Yeah. Flash mob. She could try and start a flash mob in
Got it.
Seafarers Bazaar.
Oh, that's a
I
genius
love-
idea, because if she plays here, then everyone who runs away will go in this direction, because
Yeah.
nobody wants to be around her music, and everyone will be good.
I feel like civilians will see big things happening and leave themselves, and that'll be okay. Also, in terms of setup for like the back door entrance, I feel like we can just sort of thank you. Leave that for
We are children. Yeah.
leave that for
This is the hooligans, okay?
There's at least four on the map now.
Look,
You
so if we're
see
coming in the
the
back
map?
door, we've got to move some of these dicks out of the way, or else we can't see where we're coming.
yeah. Standard protocol over here. I think we can, like, I don't know how this operates, but I think to simplify things, maybe just say, oh yeah, our friends, the dirt pile, like, secures the you know, we trust it to them to secure the back entrance.
Yes, you can
With
leave
Dick.
back door up
Um,
to Darius and Bran.
They said they'd take care of that too.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can send someone if you would like to help them with that. But you don't. There's no like obvious need to do
choice.
that.
Right.
Yeah.
I also think, like, as a group, our focus probably is going to just be on securing Naughty area and vibes.
Right.
Yeah.
And
So-
also, if we are going to use Edgar for anything, the docks, I assume, they're the main port of this town. They'll be busy with civilians too, but Edgar knows people. He might be able to get the area clear for us on the day.
That's so true, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good call.
You hear well, Fabian's just gonna pop out at this point because it's you guys just talking about yourself, and be like, remember, discretion is important. This godkin has preternatural senses. We don't know how amplified they are, but perhaps even his perception can alert him to when things are slightly off. You must remember this is a very magical creature we're dealing with. Think of him as you would a dragon, always thinking, on the hunt, not an unthinking beast. But
And
just
paranoid as well.
so keep your plans on the down low. You don't want to do anything to tip him off before the trap is sprung. After which case, let all hell fly at him.
Of course, but all hell flying loose while the city's main harbor is chock full of people will just lead to
Yes.
casualties, right?
You're right. It would be wiser and perhaps safer for everyone if there were a way to ensure that the people
If we're summoning a Barnacoth to the port, I don't think people are going to want to be too close to watch
the
its
swimming
destruction.
dick.
I think
I
people...
didn't even see it till now. I can't believe it.
It's my favorite one.
That's not even water. It's just two pubes.
It's true art. True art.
I thought of two ways we could get people off the docks. What if either we, spread that a big storm is coming in and people should go shelter because, right off coast? Or I realize I go to this a lot, but how devastating do you think it would be to start a small dock fire? Because that is a quick way to get people off the docks.
It would be relatively easy to put out a small dock fire, but left untended, it would probably be devastating for the community.
Like, we don't need the center dock, right? We're only using, like, the two end docks.
I mean, but they're connected.
We started at the end, everyone runs off, and then we break it where it's connected.
You break it? Okay. I mean...
I think that's a great plan C.
Not calling it out. Let's say we have a code word, okay, Oz? And if we say,
fire.
Yeah.
Sure.
If we
On
say
the nose.
fire,
If we say
then burn the whole fucking world down, okay? If that's the
So
case...
what you're saying is if I hear the word fire, I burn the dock down immediately. No questions asked why I heard the word fire.
No.
Even if you're in a different city and it's no longer, like, even related, just burn the closest thing that reminds you of a dock.
Anything vaguely dock adjacent.
There's a duck.
But on the other note, what do you think about the storm thing? Sort of spreading that, some sort of weathermancer clock that there's a storm coming in suddenly and everyone needs to go find shelter.
I like the
Sailors are
sound of
pretty
that.
superstitious, yeah.
Yeah. And Edgar has Boar's senses of smell, and he can be like, I smell a storm coming.
Yeah.
Sailors love that kind of shit.
I think also in this moment, Ronnie is like nodding along to a lot of the plan and goes, wait, Fabian, where the hell have you been?
Oh, here and there. What about you,
Oh no, the
darling?
ghost is
Anything
back.
new?
Looks at Way. Was he helping earlier? We were kind of in some shit.
Which part?
Yeah, the creepy lady looking in my head trying to find you part.
Well, I couldn't speak then, now could I?
Oh, wait.
Yeah, Ronnie. Yeah. Kara, she loves poking around in people's noggins.
Ronnie, make a wisdom save.
+4. You're within range.
Okay.
Nice.
You're almost
23.
100% convinced this has nothing to do with Kelken saying Ronnie, but you still want it. There's a 0% chance they're related, but still.
She might have been interfering with our friendship tattoo. Telepathy.
Or
It's a good thing you,
alternately,
it's a good thing you bring
Kelken's
that up. Can
mind.
we spend this night like trying to figure our tattoos out?
If you
We just
want to,
practiced.
you can spend an hour this morning doing that, Kelken, if you're not
Yes, please.
doing anything else.
Yeah, I'll
Right.
do that too.
We have to
Okay.
roll Arcana.
How many people are doing it?
I feel like this is just we're just in our room, practicing,
We're having
trying to have this
slumber party.
conversation.
Everybody's
telepathically.
like touching the palms of each other's hands. This is freaky.
Kumbaya, my
It's
lord.
like I'm touching Way's hand, but it's like I'm touching Ronnie's. This is so creepy.
Oh, balls.
At some point,
Uh,
Oz blasts
I didn't ask for
magic
that
into
roll.
it again.
What are you guys doing?
I just
We're
saw the roll and
rolling
I
for-
thought it was time.
I don't know.
You guys are
I
peer
thought we had
pressuring
to
yourself.
roll.
No, everyone lose 12 disadvantages or something. Wait, that means you gain no. No. So, you guys are, rather than doing straight rolls, what I want to do is, well, maybe I don't want to. I mean, that's hard because I don't want to discourage Waylon's 20, that wasted roll on that, but I do want to punish Ink for rolling unnecessarily. No. Okay, so you guys spend, based on those rolls, you guys spend that hour trying to figure it out. Kel and Finn, you guys aren't really able to get you're not able to get a strong connection with one another. It feels like you're still both struggling. Way, though, but either of you can easily speak to Way in his mind. And Finn, you're like, it must be because of our connection. And in Kelken's head, you're thinking, it must be because of our connection. And Way's like, wow, everybody's really good at this.
Fabian pulls out the beanbag chairs and the wine cooler.
Fabian, you can see Fabian. Both of you can feel briefly Fabian walking into your guys' heads for a change. Wow, it's so roomy in here. I have even smaller brains than you. Just kidding.
Finn, like, instinctively, like, sort of smacks the side of Way's head, like, no, get back in there.
As you say ow aloud, Fabian also says it. Ow! Inside Cal, inside your head, you hear this is happening simultaneously somehow due to his amazing god powers, the residuals though they may be. In Cal, in your head, you hear Fabian being like, "Wow, a lot of family issues in here, huh? Whew, somebody's got a complex."
I didn't know he could do that.
Ronnie again looking around. Wait, what?
Get out of my head.
He zoops out of your head. That was fun. I think everyone enjoyed that as much as me.
Wait, who next? I want to see
so
you fight the
quiet.
Barnikoff in my head.
You try to concentrate on Fabian, and as you do, a portal opens up in your mind that is not part of the weave, but some sort of like Well, I guess it's part of the weave, but it's not part of the natural connection through this friendship tattoo. It's almost like an intercepting signal that takes the beam and like intercepts it, and then suddenly you find yourself talking to the space worm again from your interstellar cosmic voyage, and he's like, "Oh, the Dragon King, you're back! Welcome home!"
Hi,
He
space worm.
he like bows to you, and now you see he's wearing a tiny cape. I have been promoted for acts of valor in the war. Come, you must return. I have many more medals to earn. Oh! He uses his tail to cover his lips, laughing like an anime rich girl.
I don't know what half of those words mean, but I need to be on my plane to help my people. You're free to come and help, though.
This is the disparagement of our war, our people. Oz, how could you? You hear
They might give
the...
you a medal.
What's that?
They might give you a medal.
Oh, neat! You hear his voice fading, and the portal that had been blocking your way passes within your mind. You suddenly just find yourself staring at Wei. Wei, what are you thinking about? What thought are you trying to send to Oz?
Presenting him with a fantasy Oscar.
You're sending him an award ceremony. Suddenly, but to Oz, you just see Wei staring at you very intently, holding his temple like he's Magneto or something.
Oz seems kind of disappointed when he goes from Space Worm to Way staring at him. If anything is transmitted over, it is not on purpose, but it's, oh, this is a lot less interesting than the Space Worm.
Wei, you hear that instantly. Wow.
I mean, I didn't ask for Fabian to present you the award in that dress, but it kind of just happened.
Maybe it's
I'm
in a
wearing
dress.
a dress too. Oh, I thought you meant Oz. Both Oz and Fabian in the fantasy that Wei was presenting were in a dress for inexplicable reasons. I guess wizard's robes are kind of a dress anyway. Could have just been formal robes.
Oz, how fast does it take for a Barnacoth to cross an ocean? And no, that's not like a joke. That's like an actual question.
Oh yeah, I should ping him.
Yeah, but remember, Nautilus can probably sense a lot of things going on in the nearby area, and I don't know, but given his whole enmity with the Barnakovs, he could have some additional sense about their proximity.
Isn't that what we want?
But we want him in the bay with the Barnakov behind him. Oh, is the Barnakov the bait?
Half bait. What I was thinking is, we call him fake as Scorch. We say, oh, we've got Megalotharia blood. He shows up. As he's showing up, there's also a Barnacoff. So, you know, it's like his birthday and Christmas at the same time. And we kick his ass.
I understand. I was thinking we want him in the bay near the docks, with then the Barnakov pulling up behind him to make sure he can't flee. Because
is there a way we could
I think we do know that he's a coward, right? That is a thing we know about him.
I mean, yeah, he's got that whole schoolyard bully thing about him. Is there any way we could cloak the Barnacoff just long enough?
Oz, can you have it stay just far enough but close enough so when we need it you can call it and,
And it could get there in like 6 seconds or so?
Or could you blink him?
I can only blink myself. I could just ask him right now, see how long it'll take for him to get here.
That's a good start.
Is that size accurate, Barney?
That's how big he is on a normal map, so I guess he would probably be more like this.
Okay.
Cool.
Oz is going to ping the Barnacoff and say, hey, do you know where Jarek's Bond is?
The city of fetid human slime. Yes, I am aware of it.
Yeah, this place sucks. So we have this plan to get Nautilus, I think today. How fast can you be here?
I shall be able to reach that point in 3 hours' time.
Yeah, okay. I'll let you know when we need you to head over. We're gonna try to kind of get him into, I think, the docks area, and then you can come in behind him and be real sneaky.
I will destroy him and all of the fetid human swine.
Yeah, okay.
No one else having heard this cannot go, please don't destroy the rest of the humans. Just
Fabian
pauses
gets
like,
a ping in his head from all the recent communications, and he's like, "That's probably nothing."
Just don't kill my
What?
friends, please.
I will kill anyone who is not my kin.
Well, I mean, my friends are like my family, so they're like extended kids. Like,
Ah,
that one uncle that you kind of are uncomfortable in the room with, but he's still family, so he's still there for Thanksgiving.
yes, this is the nature of uncles.
Yeah, so, it's still technically family, still can't kill them.
Very well. I will not kill those you designate, but in my valorous battle, the end of my days, I will unleash hell.
Yeah, okay. Firebeards and Nautilus, they're totally free. Go after them all you want.
Very well.
Um, talking to the party, not to the Barnacle. He said he'll be here in 3 hours, and I'll just let him know when to be here. And I told him to be sneaky and sneak up from behind.
Yeah, we just need to. He's not gonna, run into Naughty on the way here or something, right? That'd be super awkward.
just on the
Yeah,
throughway.
yeah.
Come on, I'm stuck behind this big octopus thing. Hey, wait a minute.
Okay, are we set? Are we good? This is terrifying. Is it happening?
So you guys have the bomb plan with Slythe and Grim. So wait, to go back to it, you guys got halfway through a plan, the dock Oz's civilians plan. Have the people abandon the docks because of an incoming storm. Do you have a preference for who you want to put on that plan?
I think Edgar is probably the best person to
Okay.
do that
Yeah,
because
probably.
he'll know how to speak to them.
Edgar. Do you want to put Wilder on that as well?
Yeah, Wilder can help spread that rumor.
Right.
Okay. And the plan
of
for
love that
this
also.
is you guys are getting them out of harm's way. Where do you want them to go? To their homes or to some sort of like, the equivalent of
How about our what I now think of as our tavern? We can
it
throw
would
Wondrous Leeches, some extra business.
it might
Tavian
be
can
so
go
many
busy.
that your place gets overrun.
If you're trying to get as many people away from seafarers, you could try Cracker Jacks or like further in towards the windmill.
Here's my question to you though. So when the dog or not the dog pile, but the dirt pile explained their plan, it involved 3 of the members starting a ruckus in Seafair Bazaar. Basically causing some sort of commotion so that the guards came over, attracting some guards. And then starting, as soon as backup is called, intercepting them here.
Right.
so this area is going to be busy. However, if you guys tell everybody stay off the docks, storm's coming, it's coming at this time, so everyone knows to be off the docks at that time, you can successfully get people out probably early-ish, right? There'll probably still be some stragglers who don't care about storms or something, but in general, you can keep most people off the docks. So, are you just telling them to shelter at home, or is it like, what's the parameters of this? Are you saying, I guess my other question is, do you want them to go to the bazaar? Because at that point, like, will that somehow work with these guys' plans somehow?
I would feel anxious about keeping
too many civilians near them. Yeah.
Know what's going on at the bazaar. There's too much chance of spillover from either some sort of tsunami from Nautilus or even just violence from the Firebeards and the dirt pile.
Okay.
It might also backfire, because if there's that many people out and about, they will notice that there's not a storm coming, just Nautilus and a Barnacoff, and they'll probably try to come back to the docks.
I've heard of people sometimes in communities that are frequented by large tropical storms having what they call hurricane parties. Perhaps the Yoho Chateau
could throw a hurricane party. That's genius. Okay.
Ronnie, this is just making me want to vote for you for mayor even more.
Oh yeah, Ronnie. Once again, you have to vote.
There's not even voting here.
I'd vote for you over Eric any day.
I vote we vote.
For voting?
Who votes that we start voting?
Wait, at Yoho Chateau or at Squawking Sailor, where you guys stay?
Well, maybe both. I don't think either will have the capacity for quite everyone we need out of harm's way.
It would also get...
They could be competing, maybe, and something.
Okay, so...
free profit.
So Oz's plan is have Edgar and Dr. Wilder warn people at the docks about the storm and get the rumors spreading. The backup to that will be hurricane party at the inns, right?
Yeah, Tavian can start. He can cater for his own tavern at our tavern. He'd probably jump at the chance to cater.
So how
Ronnie
about
is
Polly?
so brave because Ronnie deeply doesn't want Tavian anywhere near anything that's happening.
So Tavian and Polly can work with Wondrous Lychee at the tavern at Squawking Sailor, and Tonka and Tuck can be used in any of your plans you guys want. You can the open plans that you guys haven't assigned spaces or have open spaces are the back door with Bran and Darius, or helping with the bomb with Slythe and Grim. So you could send Tuck and Tonka on those, or keep them with you during the fights, or whatever you guys want to do. But they are still available. Oh, and Yorkus. You guys haven't talked to Yorkus or informed him of what you want him to do, if anything.
Oh, yeah, I can just give him a call on the Sending Stone and ask if he wants to sneak on the Dragon's Breath with the rest of who we had planned.
Okay. All right, so you call him up. The Dragon's Breath.
Pen 15. Pen 15, calling Pen 15. This is the Shit King. Over.
Oh my god. Can we... look, I took another day off of work today. I'm hopeful that... I just had a feeling. Today's the day, isn't it?
Yeah, no, you totally got it. Hey, listen, how do you feel about boats?
Mixed. Uh,
How do you feel about firing guns off boats?
well, I suppose that. Wait, do you mean against you know who?
I mean, yeah.
Perhaps I'd better dress as an old woman again. I think that suits me far better.
So,
I love how much we're teaching Yorkus about himself.
live your truth, my guy. Here's where we've got availability. They're gonna be closing up the back door. You can help Darius and Bran with the back door. Plugging that up. There's the bar fight in town. We're planting a bomb, and there's the Dragon's Breath. Rumor crew's all filled up. Wait, there's no openings on that.
So you're to tell me later today that you're going to fight Nautilus Bloodfoam,
Mm-hmm.
and you think you can just call me up and ask, oh, we have some places here, and you damn know well I'm going to fight him alongside you.
Absolutely. You gotta put them pens to use. You gotta tell your grandkids about how you killed a fucking godkin.
I've been in with you for this long. It would be hypocritical of me not to put my money where my mouth is now. After all, someone's got to run this city when you lot are out of town. This would be a wonderful story
there's
for
my
my
favorite nerd.
campaign.
Campaign, what?
What?
Well, if I'm going to beat Mayor Ronnie, I need to,
Oh yeah.
work
Yeah, that's
my
a
buns
tough
off.
race.
It's a very tough.
They
Yorkus
had
isn't
quite a
with
speech
us,
last
right?
night.
Ronnie's only
No,
here
I'm
until we
call-
started this conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, Way's using the sending stone.
Just put him on speaker stone.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys can probably hear it.
Ronnie doesn't say anything, just looks concerned again.
Wait, lightly puts his hand over the speaking stone and turns to Ronnie. You might have competition with him. Eric is a slam dunk. You might have competition. Don't worry. I think you can still beat this.
Whenever you take the fight to Nautilus, let me know. I'll be there.
So you're in for the ship?
I'm in to fight alongside you.
All right. Over and out, pen 15. That means penis, by the way. Hang up.
See you later. Shit face. What did he say?
He says quietly to the room by himself.
the magic from the stone fades.
already dressed as an old woman looking at himself in the mirror.
I am 16 going on 17. Okay, so you've allocated all of your sidekicks to various tasks for this. You have a couple to-dos on your to-do list. The ones that I've found are talk to Edgar about this. I'd imagine talk to Dr. Wilder is in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Go to Al, talk to him. It seems you have probably a couple things to talk to him about. And talk to Apothecary about stocking up. So, yeah, that's it. Put Dr. Wilder on here twice. I was like,
have more than one conversation. I'm very bad at it.
yeah.
So did we say what Tuck and Tonka are doing?
No, not fully.
Nope, you haven't.
I don't know if they were serious about this, but the dirt people said that there might be a risk of spillover to the farmland to the south. Should we have Tuck and Tonka perhaps post up by the southern edge
Sure.
of town just
Yeah.
to...
I was also thinking have them be in the big bar brawl. Tonka could easily trip people, and Tuck can definitely cause a ruckus.
Should we also get like the dryads warned that people might run that way, and if they're firebeards, get whatever revenge they want on them?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, we could do that.
The dryads are you could speak to the dryads. You could send one of your associates to speak to them.
If anyone would speak enough Sylvan to make that a safe option.
I know Elvish.
And they
Oh,
like you a
no,
lot already.
Yeah, you might be the best person for the job for that.
Also, thought, if we use the Triceratops horn now, do you think they'll get here in time?
I don't know if they can swim, Oz.
You
I
might
don't
have a
know that
boat. You'll be
anything can
surprised.
swim that far.
I mean, there's one way to find out. Way starts to grab at the horn.
Maybe he commandeers a pirate boat and shows up at like the best moment and saves the day.
I think we have enough allies for now.
Oz puts the space dragon horn back in his bag. Oh, okay.
Fine, if you don't want any like cool Triceratops, that's that's on you.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, super cool Triceratops corpses floating to the shores. That's so fun.
Sad.
They might steal a pirate boat. We don't know.
I do know. Just trust
Maybe
me.
they float.
I
We don't know if they
I think
float.
you're underestimating them a little bit.
Unfortunately, they don't have opposable thumbs.
Yeah. It's gonna make
She just lays down and like slaps her face mask on.
You just woke up. Get out.
Oh right, we're not going to sleep. I totally forgot. She's like, I'm going back to bed. Actually,
Yeah.
you guys got this.
Good night.
That's enough insanity for one day.
So that you guys had two ideas there. So, Tuck and Tonka on, helping. Yeah, that's an option you guys have. Helping the dirt pile guys with their tasks, or on farm defense and working with the Sylvan spirits. I'm not sure I mean, they could do technically probably both. They could start causing a ruckus there, then move down to do farm defense if you want them to stay out of the big Scorch fray, or they could stay in the Scorch fray and be allies in that.
Yeah, I think defense is better.
Okay. All right. So they're going to be on farm defense. And that's everybody then. Okay. So you guys have to talk to Edgar, talk to Al, talk to Carrie, talk to Wilder, and then meet with Yorkus when you want this to go off.
Don't we also want to get Slythe and Grim working on the bomb? I'm thinking if we have them post up at Al's shop, they'll have enough resources. It might shave even more time off.
They might also be able to work at Balfour.
I was thinking that too, but Al would have the magical goodies to make it lightning-y.
Yeah, I think, either way, I think it will probably work. It doesn't really matter that much. So you do need to talk to Aldo about securing that. Slight's on board to work with Grim on building a bomb. He's always on board to build a bomb.
I can...
Yeah, go ahead.
I can go to Al and talk to Allie. Is there anyone else in that region I can talk to? Like, just, scratch off our lists?
Edgar.
Ronnie would also like to go
Dr.
to Al.
Wilder.
I think Finn also wants to go to Al, actually.
Why don't you just go as a group to each of these people and check it off? I mean,
yeah, that's
Kel
true.
will have more to say to Dr. Wilder, but you guys have had your ups and downs anyways. It might be
Watch
Useful.
from the bushes.
Okay. So yeah, since this looks like we're getting towards the end of this session, and we are probably gonna start on this big battle next week. Let's start checking some of these off so we can be all prepped and ready for next week. So you guys
Well,
want
if we
to
wanna
talk to? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was about to say, if we all want to talk to Al, why don't we just get Al out of the way?
Yeah,
Okay.
sounds like
Al
it.
first. All right. So, we're on the wrong map. Okay. Let me go. Actually, why don't I just? You can just
Oh,
use this
is the
as the new map.
pickle guy there?
Yes. Oh, you guys haven't been back to the pickle guy, have you?
No.
No.
Okay. So, in the morning, as you guys are heading out to see Al, you cross the bridge and you see what looks to be a medical coroner and some guards wheeling
No.
away
No.
a person on a gurney from the pickle cart, and they're putting up caution tape all over the pickle cart, and one person is putting it over the sewer grate where he procured the pickle from.
See, Ronnie, I told you.
Don't make
Pickles are
assumptions.
no
Don't make
good.
assumptions. That might not be
And
him.
what the hell is that?
You don't
Assumption.
know. It worked great for me.
Yeah, no one else knows what's going on, really, unless you guys have
Ronnie
told them.
Ronnie ate a pickle out of the sewer before. It was
Ronnie, you ate a sewer pickle?
It was honestly, it was alarming, but I felt amazing. Ronnie gets the shakes a little bit. I really would like another one, frankly.
Finity, wait, Ronnie, did you do drugs? Was that a drug pickle?
It was a pickle.
it kind of looked like a drug pickle to me, Ronnie.
Oh my god, Ronnie,
That's not
the
even a
drug.
thing. Drug pickle
Ronnie,
isn't
your
real.
campaign.
If you want another, there might be a couple in his stand.
No, Kel, no.
Ronnie investigates the stand.
Roll investigation
what are you
on
doing?
the stand.
He's trying to physically pull Ronnie back, and I imagine just being dragged along with them.
As you reach through, try to get as fast as you can. So jonesing for a pickle are you that you try to. Is that a strength save? I didn't call for that roll.
Sorry,
Punished.
ignore that.
Punished. Okay.
Punished by simply holding onto Ronnie's arm and being dragged along.
Yeah,
Yikes.
exactly.
No, so you basically clumsily rip through the caution tape they're putting up over the stand, and one of the guards comes over to you. You recognize instantly he doesn't look like a he doesn't look like a Firebeard. He looks like he's from some third-party organization that has some sort of like medical health thing. He almost seems like he's some sort of like knight who's also a food inspector, a health inspector.
An unleveled cleric.
Yeah, basically. He doesn't
Has,
seem to have
spare
magic,
the dying in medicine checks.
but he does have the officiousness of a person who thinks he should.
What happened? What happened?
He comes up to you and says, "Hands off! This is a crime scene. This man committed suicide by pickle."
Can you elaborate?
Is that a crime?
Yes, I normally wouldn't elaborate as this is an active investigation, but it's so strange and bizarre. I simply must tell you about it. He grabs you by the shoulders, Cal, and shakes you. This man had aged a power pickle for 17 years in the sewers, taking all of the toxic, horrible swamp runoff and strange occult magics that had run from the underground to the magic shop, and especially its toilet, into the pickle, creating some sort of amped up super pickle. And recently, it seems as if he took his own life by consuming it, thinking perhaps it would give him powers, or knowing deep in his heart that no mere humanoid could ever ingest such a magnificent pickle. Either way, he's dead. Dead, dead, dead. And he slaps you across the face and walks away.
He just stands there stunned with like a red mark on his cheek.
I think Ronnie, not really knowing that the other pickles might not be special, maybe is trying to like pocket some totally regular pickles.
yeah, sleight of hand check.
Ronnie falls down.
You are
on
instantly caught and arrested by these medical guards.
Oh my god.
No,
Break
it's
Ronnie out of jail arc. Nauti can wait.
for his
They-
honor.
They put some weird handcuffs on you, take the body into what looks to be the back of a medieval ambulance, and you notice it isn't horse-drawn, but as they're leaving, one of the medical guys slaps the carriage on the what it would be its rear quarters if it were an animal, and the entire carriage, even though it's not a living thing, makes a noise and flies off into the sky.
Oh my gosh.
Is that a dog?
I don't know what that was. Ronnie, still handcuffed, I guess, moves to just keep walking away with everybody else, trying to now act nonchalant.
My Discord
Ronnie-
cut out for a second, and I thought Ronnie was on that carriage, and I was like, wait, what?
Rescue mission.
Ronnie, make a dexterity save.
+4.
Ronnie,
Flips it again.
as you are kicking at the dirt, wishing you could have gotten at least one more power pickle from this guy, from the heavens you hear a rattling, and a pickle that had absconded into the carriage's totally unnecessary and useless tailpipe has fallen from the carriage as it flew away in such an expeditious fashion and lands directly in front of you, plop through the caution tape on the sewer grating where the old power pickle had been stored, and instead of being grabbable, it goes through the grating and disappears into the plorp-worthy surfaces below.
Ronnie says nothing, but Ronnie will remember this.
I was watching Ronnie pulls out a crowbar. You want to go after it?
Right, we're supposed to be talking to Al.
I mean, it won't actually be that annoying. I can shape water in the sewer grate and stop it from being washed downstream.
It's okay. It's okay. It needs
And open up the grate.
I think.
I think
Then
think
get
we
into
should
the
not
fetal
encourage Ronnie to
position.
do drugs right before the campaign.
Wait, pickles are drugs?
Yes,
Also-
yes, in this case, they are.
Yes.
Also, it was like, why does Way know what the campaign is? And then I was like, oh, right, the mayoral campaign.
The mayoral campaign, yeah. I thought you meant the military campaign. I was like, huh? I don't know. Yeah. Ronnie is a good manager, looking out for them in a way. Okay, so you guys carry on, newly understanding that the pickle guy has been killed, trying to eat the very pickle that Ronnie took a bite of that gave Ronnie miraculous powers. Who knows if Ronnie's strong constitution just allowed them to survive that bite, or perhaps that poor pickle salesman bit off more than they could chew. In any case, the party.
He just choked.
It
It wasn't the power at all.
He stuck it up his nose and he died.
Tried to huff a pickle.
So you guys end up at Al's shop, and as you come in, he seems happy to see you. Tito is also there. They're all both happy to see you, and yeah, they're excited to learn more about what you guys are planning. Friends, how can I help you?
Al, I've got a little bit of a project. How do you feel about DIY projects?
Well, that's pretty much all we do around here.
And then leans in very close. Of the bomb variety.
Oh, Jesus. Why you gotta... all right. What do you want from me?
He's already reaching for the hatch that leads down below to his magic item stash.
I give him a very just loose description of what we're looking for. I just need a space for these two knuckleheads to craft a lightning bomb.
Well, sounds like you need more than that. What are you using for your energy transmitter?
The what now?
Well, the thing that makes the lightning. Otherwise, it's just a bomb.
That's a great question.
Do we need to have one on board, or can I just like strike it with lightning and it'll be fine?
Well, that's something. You might be able to do that. The problem would be you strike something with lightning, right? You kind of want to charge it up if it's a bomb. That way, the idea of a lightning bomb is that the lightning magic explodes outward from it. Otherwise, you're just setting a bomb off with light. You know what I'm saying? You want the blast to cause lightning damage, I think, if that's what I understand that you're after.
Yeah.
So,
do you have any recommendations?
Of course I do. Of course, and I'd be willing to help. However, I did want to give you something. Because I had a feeling you guys were walking down this path. And, there's only so much I could do. So, I put together a little bit of a gift basket for you guys. That's all right. He goes over into one of his cabinets in his magic storehouse, and he pulls out a little gift basket that he has made for you guys. It looks like it's full of goodies, but most of all, it has 3 greater healing potions, 2 regular healing potions, a potion of invisibility, and an item, a gun called a flintlock of madness.
Gun. Finn, pick up the gun.
Finn, as soon as you pick up the gun, make a charisma save.
Charisma. Okay.
The gun feels your fingers wrap around its trigger, and it thinks to itself, is this person truly cool? Is this person truly cool enough to wield me, the flintlock of madness? Let's see.
It's a dirty 20.
And you can see... Oh, because of the...
+4.
+4, yeah. So... you can feel something, a magical tendril reaching through your hand where you're making contact with it into your temple on the side of your head. And you can see it flashing through your memories. It flashes back to you hanging out in the casino as a teenager. You are smoking a cigarette. Some younger kids walk by. And then one of them, who's only about 9, says, "Whoa, she's so cool." You turn and look at them, and you blow smoke at them. The 9-year-old kid coughs.
Into a child's face.
You smirk to yourself. You're suddenly back in the present. The flintlock seems to be eyeing you magically. Wow, that's the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen anyone do. Alright, you can wield me for a little while.
Is it like can she hear this, or is
Yeah,
this an
she can
internal
hear
monologue
this.
that the gun is having with himself?
As soon as she touches it, she can hear it. But it's like, it's not in a telepathic voice. It's more like a sensation. Like, it's some sort of like magic subliminal messaging basically in your mind.
Cool. She's like sort of pointing it around the shop in various different directions.
Hey, whoa, stop that!
Wait, what?
That's not how you handle one of these, alright? You gotta do it with gingerly.
I'm just feeling it out. I'm not gonna pull anything.
You literally pointed it right at Oz's head.
What was pointing at my head? I wasn't paying attention.
Oz has got an apple on his head that has a target painted on it, and no one knows how.
Oz just has another armful of frogs.
Oz is now sat in the barrel of frogs.
If no one else wants this, I think I can have a good time here.
Such a weird way to phrase it. I think I could
I
have a
have that
good
meme in
time
my
for
head where
holding a
it's like-
handgun. That's such a funny way of phrasing it. Oh shit. Okay. So everyone's a little scared of what Finn might have unleashed right now. But at the same time, Al turns to the rest of you and says, I've got the makings. If you need any shells or anything like that, I mean casing for the lightning bomb. But I hate to say this because I just gave you all that stuff and I like to look like a generous man. But if you need something to explode from within your bomb, a magic item, I got two options, and well, they're gonna cost you.
Okay.
And remember, these don't go on the writ de compte.
Right.
All right. Well, I mean, give us the damage.
All right. So I have two ideas for you, two options. Cheaper price range is you could go with, I would say, 1 to 4 lightning arrows. You use one, that's probably not going to do it. It's just going to be, it might go off, but it's not going to be much of a, kaboom. You do 4, that's probably good, but it might even be overkill. I honestly think 3 is the best way to go about that. However, they're pricey, so that's a thing. And the other option is to use this, and he whips off a cloth, and there seems to be an electronic anvil of some sort. It looks like a regular dwarven weapons crafting anvil, but it also has an embellishment of gold around it that seems to be carrying an electric charge. Now, this is supposed to be used for powering larger machines. I haven't found a use for it myself, but you put enough explosives around that thing and, surge this thing with power. You could even wedge it with a lightning arrow too, and kaboom. I mean, that'd do some serious lightning damage. It's heavy as hell, though, so that's another thing you gotta keep in mind.
I mean, that's what Wade just under his breath does that's what the crane's for.
Do you want him to have heard that, or do you care if
I
he
don't
hears
think Wade. I don't think Wade cares, and then he realizes like, oh shit, and I'm gonna ping Grim now to bring him here.
Okay. Do you want to wait for him to get here? It'll take him about like 10-15 minutes or whatever, or do you just want to have him stop by later?
Probably want to have him here soon so he can give his input. I'm leaning towards option 2.
Okay.
And how much was that one?
He comes in around that while you're waiting for him. He starts talking about pricing, and he's saying that the large electric generator is about 4,400 gold.
For T4?
Yeah.
So 4400.
4d4 gold, right?
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
So who wants to roll the 4d4? Maybe.
600 gold?
Where is my stupid money?
Look, it's as far as I know, it's one of a kind. They don't want to just blow it up, But
And
This
this
is
is
the
a
only
one of a
way.
kind opportunity.
Yeah, but for all I know, a couple arrows and you'd be done.
Well, we've survived this far, haven't we? We've been in Scorch's house like 7 times. It's, I think we've proven ourselves enough.
I trust you. I just think you might be able to get it done without this. Setting the price high because that's what it's worth.
Yeah. I think we will just do it. Could you throw in the arrows?
Make a persuasion.
Can I look desperately at Fanner Way to get advantage?
Do you have guidance?
I mean, I can give myself guidance.
Yeah, can't you?
I can. I will. I do. Unless I think he'll get mad at me or anything. But sure. Can I also look at them desperately for advantage?
Yeah.
You can use guidance. Way will not be able to help you. He's unable to.
Fine. 16.
All right. With the arrows.
You're a good man now.
Yeah. You remember I just gave you the gift basket. He looks like he's just really got hosed.
So there's four arrows, is it?
4, yeah, you've got a quiver of 4 arrows, I guess. The tips seem to be imbued with some sort of electrical energy magic. You also have this extremely heavy looking thing. And
can I?
Did you pay Ronnie?
Yeah, I don't think Ronnie has enough to do it only on them, like only by themselves, but I think we definitely have enough in the party to cover it. Do we want to?
Oh yeah, Finn just won all that money. Finn, hand it over.
Do we want to math out at the end of the session?
I was gonna throw in
Ronnie, you decided. I thought you had all the money.
Can I throw in a scroll of dispel evil and good and maybe some of the gems?
It's okay. What if we do like a loan program? I think my dad could probably pay you back at some point.
No. This is a one day only special.
Damn.
Well, sorry, what's the exchange of gold to platinum?
It's I've got it on the Wrath of the Godkin loot. 10 gold per platinum. Looks like.
Alright, so just times 10. Alright. Ronnie puts down 1,600 and just looks at everyone else.
Alright. Then I'll put down
Wait, if we all do 880 gold, that's 4,400.
That works.
Perfectly planned by me, as usual.
But can I also throw in, like I was saying, the scroll of 1 or 2 scrolls of protection from evil and good, and some of the gems that we have?
What gems?
I have a bunch of gems.
We have 7 gems that are worth 50 a pop.
Oh, are you saying to sell those?
Yeah.
To sweeten the deal?
Trade those. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He'll take the 400 off and make it 4K even for that.
By 5. Okay, that's 800 gold per person.
I guess Ronnie picks up a bunch of their money again.
Yeah, Ronnie puts down all their money and like just
Scoops.
hand in front of Ronnie's pile.
Has
Barter.
never occurred to Ronnie to barter.
Yeah. Roddy, way picks
He
up
said that's
half
how
of
much
your
it
money and just puts it away for safety later. Okay. So you guys make that transaction. After all that, eventually Grim shows up and he starts looking at what you've bought, and he looks like completely flabbergasted by it. He's like, "Do you have any idea what this is?" He's like screeching at the top of his lungs.
And yeah, Wei just turns to him and says, "Does this make up for the temple thing?"
What temple thing? Oh, that place. I don't care about that anymore. Look at this thing. And he starts like kissing it as he's getting close and like listening to it hum.
Yeah, so you can make that explode, right?
What? I would never make it explode. Are you crazy?
But that's why we just bought it.
No.
for the bomb.
I could never let this thing explode. Look, I'll make an energy core on my own. But you have to let me
what?
help you use
Well
this.
then, you owe us $44,000.
No.
What is this? Please explain.
No. We just paid 4,000 in gold for that.
Wow, you hosed him. Al is standing right there. What? I thought that was a fair price. Oh, no. This is worth at least double that. Double! Triple! This could be the last one in existence. I may have to even out that price a little bit. Ronnie, get your gold out again.
Grim, he's not the most aware person. He spent like every week at a temple where they were turning people into ghouls and didn't realize it. I would not take his word for anything.
I've let it go. Why can't you?
Uh-huh. What are you gonna do with it?
Just shrugs.
Yeah, if you're not going to turn that into a really awesome bomb.
Well, I thought... Well, what I'd like to do is... turn it into a beautiful robot.
Okay, but we need something for today that will explode.
Pish posh, I'll just make an electric bomb out of an energy core or some such.
Grim.
It won't be quite as explosive as this, but who would waste a work of art on a flimsy explosion?
Grim.
People who
We
paid
would.
for it.
We just paid for that, and you know what we're up against.
I won't be part of this if it involves blowing up this beauty. It goes
All right.
against everything I stand for.
Okay, have fun.
Finn
Yeah,
picks
we'll
him
just-
up by the scruff of. I swear to God, it's either you make that thing blow up or you give us our money back.
Make an intimidation check with advantage.
Can
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
wait, that was investigation.
No.
I was investigating.
Oh!
They
That's
It's a 16.
hilarious. Oh,
Plus
that's too
4.
bad, though. Yeah.
Plus 4 is a dirty 20.
16. Not plus 4,
Can-
not plus 4, because it's not a save.
Can-
Oh.
Can Ronnie use calming presence, but
No,
by
16,
just coming
16's
up?
fine. 16's fine.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna like look at you and get like really scared, and you're gonna place him down, and he's gonna be like, "Look, what if I made you the best electric pulse bomb I've ever made? I'll really put everything into it. I'll spend my own money on the parts. Then everyone gets what they want. A big explosion, and I won't have to destroy this beautiful gnomish engine."
Why don't you just make notes about how to, like, recreate it as you're making the bomb?
Oh, I wish I could. A lot of these elements that were used, precious minerals not found in this region. And if they are, only belonging to the richest in Grand Haven.
Cool. So it sounds like you've chosen the option where you give us our money back. She holds out her hand.
Wait, but this robot you're gonna make, what is it gonna do?
Oh, it could do anything. It could excavate mountains or crush those who are cruel to me. Anything.
will it help us kill Naughty today?
Oh no, it won't be ready for a long time. Months.
Uh-huh.
You see the problem we're outlining here.
No.
Yeah. Okay, if we can't kill Naughty today, he's going to be able to kill you before you can make your really awesome robot to prevent bullies from bullying you.
You know, he's
Well.
probably gonna take that engine and smash it once he sees your workshop.
Oh yeah. He's gonna
For-
tsunami this town as soon as he finds out what's going on here, but
make a persuasion roll, Cal, with advantage.
But I wasn't the one
Well,
trying to
why-
persuade him. It was way.
I do it based on the argument that I find the most persuasive. Sorry.
Okay.
you do have persuade.
I have advantage, right?
Yeah, you have it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a 16. Twice. He's gonna think about it and he's gonna be like, everything I've built will be destroyed. Right.
Mhm.
What am I thinking about? I'm getting old. I think I'm getting scared. This might be the end for me. Maybe that's where all this pie in the sky talk is coming about. Okay. You get me some way to move this thing, and, or I guess we could work here. Yeah, I'll help you make your bomb. Engine or no engine.
Thank you. Preferably engine, but thank you.
Fine. Engine.
Well, yeah, but we'll see if we can find. Hey, we're heading out of town. If we ever see another one, you're first on our list.
If you ever see another one. Yeah, right.
I've seen
Okay.
a lot, multiples of last of their kinds before. You know.
Okay, so are you guys all done with these guys? Anything else to add?
Yeah. Can we say that Slythe came with us to the shop so that he's there to make the bomb with
Yeah.
Grim?
Slight's on board. He's happy to make a bomb. If you have any special specifications, you can give it to him. Otherwise, he's going to work with these guys. It's going to be a bit of button heads between these guys, but you'll be able to figure it out.
Make it super lightningy. Don't let him make an engine.
Right, got it. He smirks. And then he sort of ruffles your hair playfully, as if he's your dad. You're not sure where this came from, but you're like, all right, I guess.
Way relents.
Okay. So, if that's all, then we're gonna. Sorry, go ahead.
I think Running has one thing, which is, I don't remember if I showed you this before. They pull out the elemental emeralds that they have. Is this anything?
He takes a look at them. Yes, I believe you could use these as a sort of conduit for a magic weapon. These aren't super powerful, but you could probably make some sort of magic wand or rod out of them.
All right, thank you. You didn't have any more water breathing potions, did you?
Yeah.
I know you gave us stuff already, and I really appreciate it. But we're gonna do a really dangerous thing soon.
Yeah, take this one, 200.
Okay. Right.
Wait, how in debt are you?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I'm doing all right.
You're doing all right? Okay. Just letting you know that we're kind of actively working to get rid of your debt. So, this isn't really you giving stuff away as much as it is an investment.
Yeah, but in a more literal, as having stuff and then not having it, I am giving it away.
Yeah, but then you end up with more money than you had before because you don't have debt.
It sounds like one of those reverse mortgage scams. I'm not interested.
When you say all right, do you mean all right positive or all right negative?
All right, positive.
So you're not in debt?
I'm all right.
I feel like this has just gone in a circle.
Inside check.
He seems like he's doing all right.
So many 11s today.
Did you want any more swords, Way?
Oh yeah, you got any more explodey swords?
I'm
I'm jonesing over here, man. That was
I
great.
mean, I have no reason not to sell you more, so sure. There's no
Wait, we'll proceed.
in-universe reason for me to deny you this thing that I don't want to do.
Way, we'll
But,
tell him the story about using it on the Splorker ship.
Oh my god, why would you do no? No, I'm not. I'm never giving you these again. That's crazy. You could have been killed.
But I didn't.
And that poor Edgar
lived.
Trumbull, he could have been killed.
I didn't tell him that part. I just told him I dropped it down the grate and it made a big explosion.
Oh, you know Edgar?
Of course, everybody knows Edgar. He's an old drinking buddy.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Good guy.
Oh, says nothing.
He's also extremely alive.
Al locks up the exploding swords and puts a do not disturb sign on it. Hey,
Way
look,
touches the
us!
glass.
Al picks up another snatch grab frog. Well, look at this! He shoots it, and he grabs Tito's glasses off his face. Oh, stop! What are you doing? I can't do my crosswords. Pretty cool,
I
right?
want to try.
Tito's
And
just been
Oz
sitting
pulls
here
out
doing
his
his
two
crosswords.
frogs.
Okay, are you gonna try to shoot it at Tito or something else?
Oz aims it at Tito. I bet you his hair is fake. And we'll aim it for Tito's hair.
But wait, Oz! Okay, make a, I don't even know what this is. It's not Arcana, Sleight of Frog? What do we say? I'm gonna say, for the purposes of Oz and Oz alone, it is an animal handling check.
Honestly fitting.
He's literally handling animals. 20.
Oh,
Okay,
hell yes.
great. 20. You pull off Tito's entire mustache. It was not fake.
Oh,
Oh, wrong piece of hair.
The mustache! Oh no!
Hey, you look 10 years younger.
What?
With a smile, Oz takes the mustache off the frog and puts it on his own face.
It's the same color. It kind of works. You look older. More mature. More Scone Bone-esque.
very distinguished.
Very, very mindful,
Affinity
very
in-
demure.
In your head, you're thinking, has Oz ever looked this manly before? What are these strange thoughts I feel towards him? No, it's just the mustache. Oz is just happy that his lip is warm. If he had a lip. He only has a beak. Tito is looking at himself in the mirror, and he sees his bare upper lip, and he's like, "This is perfect. I do look 10 years younger. I had no idea how much that mustache was holding me back. It's cursed. Pooh." He spits on the ground. A bunch of white hairs fly out. Oh, you know
Now
what?
go out there.
That's right, Kel. I'm gonna do what you always encouraged me to do. I'm gonna start Tito's
vodka
Tatoes.
Yes.
Yes.
Goodbye, Al. You've been holding me back for too long. I'm gonna take my potato sack and leave forever and start my own business. What? Why are you leaving? You can do it here in the other room. Oh, okay, I'll do that. Okay, that was sudden, but... well, you guys didn't think that mustache would make such a difference, but Oz, you're a special kid.
I have more hair now.
Uh-huh.
I'm sad it didn't come with any teeth, though.
It did, strangely enough. It came with
Those
one.
seems to be one tooth light.
Wiz already coming up with cocktails featuring Tito Stanners. All right, and on that bombshell, we're gonna end things for right now. We're going a bit over. Look, next time we're gonna fight Scorch and Naughty. That sounds crazy. So be here for that. That's gonna be wild, right?
Crazy.
Wait, I thought wait, Scony's not on? Who do we raid to? You can't end the show. Can't raid to Sconebone. We're just talking about stashes. It would have been perfect.
Damn.
Your whole bit falls apart.
My whole personality is based around Scone. Okay, we'll just go to Gresco. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. Thank you to anyone watching on the VOD. We're gonna raid out to Gresco, and yeah, I mean next week. That sounds crazy, right, guys?
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, it looks like we dropped some frames there, just there. Oh well. Okay, hopefully this came out all right. All right, bye everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Had I kept my big trap shut, I could have gotten another explodey sword.
We
Can't
just
believe
raided
it
into
has
a raid.
gun. I was gonna ask Al for like lightning damage on my dagger, but I'll take a gun.
My baby's got a gun.
And it's also a boomerang. You can
And it
throw the
also
gun
talks
and
to
it
you.
shoots. Yeah.
In a way that I'm sure is not a problem.
Totally not cursed at all.
I know where you got that from. Did you cyberpunk the mission with the talking gun?
You know what?
Because you've
So
been playing
much of
so much of it
tonight's
lately.
I mean, I could have. It was not a conscious thing. So much of